Good evening, race fans, and welcome in. Welcome into Low Fuel Motorsport Live on YouTube and Twitch. We're here for our regular Thursday night doubleheader. Of course, the CaseKing.de Pro Series 2 races after, of course, the PTT Racing Porsche Carrera Cup. And we're starting off at the Cathedral of Speed. This is going to be some fun times through the chicanes in the Porsche Cup car. Good evening, everyone. My name is John Wright, aka Double O Raven. I'll be taking you through all of the action that we have for you this evening. As I say, we're starting off with the Carrera Cup by PTT Racing, Red Bull Ring, Hungaroring, Valencia, Misano, Barcelona, Zandvoort, and Spa-Francorchamps. All in the rear view mirror. We've got Monza, Paul Ricard, Brands Hatch, Imola to be confirmed, and the Nordschleife to end off the series. 30 minutes of racing action each night. It's been quite the start to the season so far, and understandably so, as the drivers are trying to get their hands on this. An actual steering wheel and an actual Porsche Cup car. The Silesia Ring in Poland, provided by PTT Porsche Carrera Cup team. One lucky winner, or very, not so much lucky, a lot of hard work and effort going into this, a lot of practice as well, I'd imagine, will win a track day in the Porsche Cup car on the Silesia Ring in Poland. Incredible prize for the top driver in the series. At the moment, in fact, no, sorry, jumping the gun ever so slightly. Let's look at the results from last week, where it was Carracas taking another top spot. 13 laps completed to finish ahead of Florence and Boucher on the podium. Giraud in 4th, and Michael Frey in 5th position. David Rancano in 6th. Jason Lons in 7th position. And also finishing in the top 10, it was Leon Kren, Max Rainman, and Jason Lenz. My apologies, I'm looking at the wrong screen. Of course you are. It was Lons in 7th, sorry, Weidbeck in 8th, Rainman in 9th, and Daniel Medicia rounding out the top 10, which means the standings. Apologies, I'm all over the place this evening, not sure what's going on. But the standings after the 8 rounds that we've had so far is Grantis Carracas, who is atop of the pile by 168 points ahead of Abe Santema, who finished outside the top 10. In fact, didn't race last week, so that will be his drop round. Michael Frey in 4th position, and that's Florence, who is in 5th place after a good result last week. Giraud in 5th, Wassner in 6th position. Jan Boucher, after that 2nd place last week, finds himself propelled to 7th position. Leon Kren in 8th, Max Rainman in 9th place, and Jason Lons rounding out the top 10, a couple of hundred points ahead of Mario Hoffman in 11th place. But certainly as it goes, he is a man on fire at the moment. Grantis Carracas, 5 wins in a row. Came 2nd in the first 2 races. They are now counted as his 2 drop rounds. It's not bad when your drop rounds are 2nd place. And then 5 wins on the bounce to see him atop of the table, and almost just over 150 points ahead of Abe Santema. It is going to be quite the end to the season. It's round number 8, of course, that we've got tonight from Monza. Oh yes, there will be tyre wear. So we'll get ourselves jumped in. The drivers should actually just be coming out into qualifying. Oh, there we go. Engine's already roaring, and what an engine note it is. And oh wow, I think we might have gone to the plain in Spain, because that is indeed a lot of rain. And we're going to see more of it before the end of the race. Now for some reason that's... Oh, there we go. Isn't technology a wonderful thing? Let's see, we have 37 out on track for tonight's race. That is, I mean, turn 1 at Monza in the rain. That is going to be quite the exciting first lap, I would say, and certainly the first corner is going to keep the drivers well and truly on their toes. Hello to everyone in chat, by the way, live on YouTube and of course Twitch as well. Margsga saying hello in the chat. Good evening, or good morning, good afternoon, whichever part of the planet you do happen to reside upon. Oh, Jan Boucher just needing to quickly jump back to the pits. You can see the oh, we've got another yellow flag there. That is not the yellow flag I was looking for. But the conditions, certainly interesting. Let's see, there's Pascal Giroux. Where is our championship leader? There he is. So there is Carrera. A nighttime wet race at Monza in Porsche Cup cars. I mean, that thing just aquaplaning through the Lesmos there. Some phenomenal control from Carrera to keep that one going. You can see the view that they've got from inside the cars. And yeah, torrential rain, track full wet, 15 degrees. So certainly could be colder. Oh, yep, fun times, fun times. Now we're going to see some times coming in a moment as well. Oh, another big yellow flag. Yep, even during qualifying, the drivers really are struggling. We'll see what he looks like into Ascari. Oh, I tell you what, that's not too bad at all. Trying to just ease the car out without actually touching the curb or the green on the left hand side. Does a magnificent job, as you would expect from Grant. That's a huge puddle there, just coming out of the last corner as well, of course. Oh, yep, there we go. You can hear the puddle he was going through there, absolutely pooling on his front left wheel. Wow. Oh, something just banging off the side of the car there, not sure what that was. Hopefully not a suspension spring from the car in front too soon. But yeah, he's got traffic in front of him and he is much quicker, a Porsche ahead of him. Not very confident on the brakes at all. It's certainly costing Carrera's time in quali, and yeah, overtaking in quali, not really the best, although yep, we've made it very easy for him there. Just running wide. We'll continue on. You can see there from the front of the car again, just the size of the puddles, or you can hear we've been able to hear the puddles so far, so we'll stay on board with Carrera. We're seeing times coming in all over the place. That's already, is that 27 times we've got? 19, sorry. My goodness me, my brain's completely backfiring. 25 cars have set a time. Oh wow. Full commitment over the curbs. The car absolutely bouncing. Oh, now is that valid? That did look a bit wide there. Yeah, no, it is still valid, and it is going to be pole position if he can hold it together. We're going to look at these puddles on the way out. He's got Leon Krent ahead of him. Carrera is currently in second place as we are I've just reached the halfway mark of the quali session. Okay, he stayed over the right hand side. You can see the standing water on that side of the track, and he has crossed the line, and he has taken pole position. 54.7 for Carrera. It's Krent in second place with a 54.8, 54.9 for Rancano. All kinds of lively through the Lesmos, and that is a bright livery. It's going to be nice and easy to spot him in the darkness tonight. Oh, and flashing the lights, is that, has he got a driver ahead of him? Yes, he does. Although if they're on a flashing, if they're on a flying lap as well, there is no point flashing. Medicia in 4th currently, Giroux in 5th place, Lisnoy in 5th position. Carrera one of only 2 drivers in the 54s. They've got over a second back to Rancano, so a big gap. There is those puddles. Those are going to be the story of the race. There is going to be chaos. Someone in the German chat doing some rain dancing. Love to see it. 2 minute 3.387 for Reher for the Midnight Motorsports team. He is finding a lot of time. So too is Dave Wilkinson. He is very much up on his time, and so is Pedro Prol. In fact, the times for a few of the drivers drastically improving. Sorry, Parabolica. My goodness me, I called Parabolica Ascari, but there we go. The front of his bonnet is actually flapping. Is he carrying damage? Wow, even with the damage, he's still about a second up. We've also got Maximilian Rare. He's 1.6. Actually, he's gone over 2 seconds up. He is about to blitz under the 2 minute mark, I think. Berling not able to get a time set and got another yellow flag, so he's going to have to start this lap again. And up at the top of the field, no change there yet, so we'll stay and see. Wilkinson jumps up to 26th place. We've got half seconds here, there and everywhere. We've got Schmiegelt for the Engine Stuttgart post team. Oh, and again the wiggle. Wow, so many hot or cold spots. But certainly the drivers are going to be kept on their toes right throughout this race tonight. This qualifying session is really nerfing the fastest times. But it's not nerfing the fastest drivers. Carrera still with a 54.7. He's not on a valid lap at the moment. And Pascal Giraud, in fact, he is looking to cut the distance massively. Let's see where he is. Right, so we'll stay on board with Schmiegelt at the minute. In fact, he's dropped a couple of tenths, but Pascal Giraud is 8 tenths up, 9 tenths up, so he is going quick. He's potentially going for a 54 here. Michael Frey not quite able to get a 54, but has gone quicker. So too Boucher. They're now 3rd and 4th respectively. There goes Giraud. Sorry, I got that one wrong. He's already crossed the line. It's a 55.0, not quite into the 54s. We were on board with Schmiegelt there. He's already crossed the line yet, so a 56.6. Radstam's done a 56.5, so has Lesnoy. Oh, Jan Boucher with a big yellow flag. Oh, now I wonder if he's just trying to get himself a bit of space to the driver ahead. We've got a minute left, so this will be his last go. Karekis has invalidated his lap. Now he is not that green car. There he is there in his usual Visceral Esports livery. We've got a minute left, right, so he should make it to the end, yep, and get another lap. So a few more drivers will get more laps. Zohan Fit, we've seen him up in and around the top 10 in qualifying before, and he's certainly aiming to head that way once again. He's on a 57.0, but he is about 7 tenths up. And actually Gergo Kish as well. The Flying Hellfish crosses the line. He is flying, 13th place. Not bad at all. There is Fit coming through Ascari. We've got 18 seconds left to qualify, so this is going to be his final timed lap. He's lost a couple of tenths through Ascari there, so had more grip previously. Still got time to recover though. Yeah, I don't imagine Parabolica is the easiest corner at the moment. Bravely out on the curbs, goes past another car, crosses the line, up to 14th, 56.7, so did lose a bit more time out of Parabolica, and that sees him making a improvement, but not as many as potentially he could have. Laurie Sapanen just coming along the back stretch now towards Ascari, over a second up, aiming for a 57.1 provisionally. That would be a big jump up the field, 30th. That could potentially be at the moment inside the top 20. So a good few positions to be had there. Carrera as well, in fact, he's 2/10 up on his time, so he's looking to extend the gap. Crane, this lap won't count, so that's Crane done with qualifying. We had Supanen gaining time, hand over fist here. This is going to be a good time. We're coming out with parabolic and now just needs to avoid hitting the puddle on the left hand side. Car, back end of the car behaving nicely. Keeps it well over to the right hand side. Oh no, drifts right back across the track again. And it is 18th place, 57.1. Just behind Lon's 57.007. Well, let's see what Carrera can do. Of course, he's absolutely on the white line. Don't know if that's a graphical glitch. It is saying that he's on dry tyres. Does seem like a bold move. But it is Carrera. He is pretty quick. 5 wins in a row, no less. Here we go across the line. And he does a 54.6. So does go quicker to increase the gap that he's got up at the top of the field. But it is Grantas Carrera once again taking pole position and putting himself in the absolute driver's seat. Another win this week would surely see him with a firm grip on the steering wheel of the actual Porsche Cup car in Poland. A couple of drivers still out on track, I believe. Right, okay, so they're not on valid laps. There they are lined up in the garage, so we'll let them all come in. Get the time set, so we'll get a look at the grid. There is a reminder though, that all-important prize, the top placed driver in the championship after the 13 rounds, will be going to Poland to take part in a track day at the Silesia Ring, courtesy of PTT Racing. So a huge thank you to them, on behalf of the drivers, I'm sure. But yeah, a phenomenal prize for the drivers. Boom, there we go. For the drivers to be aiming for. Oops, and of course, round number 8 it is tonight. 5 wins in a row already for Carrera. Is it going to be Monza Madness? And 6, or is it going to be 6 in a row? Or is it going to be Monza Madness? Paul Ricard next week with Brands Hatch Imola on the horizon. Week 12 to be confirmed. And the 3rd of January will be the finale at the Nordschleife. So make sure you get tuned in for that. We'll see if the grid is available to us. It actually is indeed nice and early this week. So if we work a little magic, we can get ourselves down onto the track and have a look at the cars taking part. Oh, we nearly got it. There we go. It is all the fun of the fair. Who are we cheering on in the chat, by the way? Twitch and YouTube, let us know who you prefer, who we're cheering on. Or are you just here to see the sheer entertainment of Porsche Cup cars at Monza? It does look like they've got the wet tyres on, which is good to see. Oops, and we can, as I say, have a look at the grid where we see once again Grantas Carrera topping the field with a 54.6 on the second row of the grid. It is Leon Crane, 54.8, very good time for him. Then in third place it's going to be Pascal Giraud. Good qualifying for him as well, and he's going to start up on row number 2. He'll be joined there by Jan Boucher. This is going to be an almighty battle into turn number 1. On 5th position it is going to be Michael Frey, the Porsche specialist, with a 55.4 at Monza. And then it will be the very brightly coloured Galaxian's car, David Rancano, behind the wheel. And then, of course, in 7th position, Daniel Medici, after a solid top 10 last week, looking to back that up with a starting position of 7th this week. Joining them on row number 4 is going to be Robert Weidbeck in 8th position. In 9th place, we've got Kirill Lesnoy with a 56.5. Oscar Radstrom starting on the 5th row in 10th position. Then is Adrian Schmiegelt, almost got into the top 10. Not quite though, 11th position Joining them on row number 6 is Dario Shins. 12th place there, 56.665. And 13th place, Pedro Prol. 56.7, good enough for 13th. And on row number 7, Zohan Fit, the Zero Lift Racing team. Not sure that'll be the team motto for tonight's race. In 14th place, Gergo Kish for the Flying Hellfish, flying on that final quali lap to get 15th position, just ahead of Benjamin Voigt in 16th place with a 56.940. And then, of course, it is Jason Lawns in 17th position for Colourworks. The Ladybugs will be having a ball. Ladybirds will be having a ball in this weather. Lauri Sepinen in 18th place. 19th, Kuzmirzik with a 57.2. Then it is Ben Rees for Taunus Racing, 20th position. 21st is Martin Torgerson with a 57.417. 22nd place, Rafa Rivera, 1 minute 57.4. So close at this part of the grid with the times. Ollie Sorensen with a 57.6 to get 23rd place as the drivers start their warm-up lap. Colourworks have got Alexander Reitz in 24th place, another driver with a 57.6. Then it's Felix Frank, Khaled Racing Team, 57.7. Another driver in the 57s. This one a 0.8, of course, is Carlos Garcia. In 27th position, Alexa Starchevich, another driver on a 57.8. It's going to be so close right through the field here. Tog Racing, we've got Vincent Costa, another driver on a 57.8. That got him 28th place. And it's Dave Wilkinson on a 57.9 in 29th position. 30th place is Hodap, the engine Stuttgart EV, second car in the race, 30th position. 31st, it's Rizzo Rattiano for Rat Racing, with a duck as their logo. Andrew Barling for Turbo Nerds with a 58.9, 32nd place. He'll be starting this evening. 33rd, it's Ali Sinar for the Prototype Racers Germany. 33rd, as I say. 34th place, Team AMR Germany's Peter Malman behind the wheel in that purple and black Porsche. 2 minutes his lap time. He's ahead of Maximilian Rare, Midnight Motorsports, 35th place. Frank Drebin, excellent name, 36th place. 37th is the Prototype Racers once again. It's Dexter Slade behind the wheel of their car, bringing up the rear of the field. But it is Caracas that is going to be leading the way. Turn 1. It's certainly fun in the sun. There is no sun. The track is fully wet. The rain will reduce just as we get beyond the halfway mark of the race, and it will calm down a bit more bang on the end of the race, which is of course extra helpful for the drivers because it means they know they're going to be running wet tyres for the whole entirety of the race. We're seeing a lot of wet tyres there, a few dry tyres in qualifying. That is the level of talent some of these drivers have got. Yep, we'll close that and get that running, and sound is all running. How many cars do we think we'll lose in turn number 1 here then? I mean, it's just, to say it's inevitable, it is just an unfortunate. Yeah, all it takes is one car to get a bad start during the rolling start, and in these conditions, all kind of chaos could very easily ensue. Yeah, great rear view shots there, as you can see the standing water on the track. The rain is falling, there is spray coming up absolutely wildly off the back of the car, back of the cars even now, and when they're going full tilt along that start-finish straight, I'm almost tempted just to get a rear chase cam on the cars at the back of the grid just to see how much. The cars will certainly be clean by the end of it, that's for sure. Such waffle to be... Such nonsense to be waffling. But here we go. It's going to be an absolutely hardcore evening's race for the drivers. even if it is just 30 minutes. That is a long time around this course with the rain absolutely piling down. Here we go then, it's green lights, it's foot down, it's flat out, and it is flying into turn number 1 for 4th place there. That is Giro and Michael Frey already going side by side in positions, changing hands. So the Jan Boucher getting the drop, and you can see they've gone 3 wide in the back. Green flags are flying. We've got 2 instances 3 wide. Everyone else staying nice and well behaved. Oh, and I tell you what, Jan Boucher looking to hang on to it, take another position there. And he's got the drop on Kren as they go side by side in the background. Giro, Rancano losing out to Michael Frey. Oh, and we've got a big tumbler down. Ben Rice has tumbled down the Orger. Gergo Keisha as well. He's dropped down 11 places on where he started. We'll get a quick look at the replays in a moment. No, we won't, because they're not popping up. We've got Pedro Paul and Schmiegelt. I think they might have started from the pits, in fact. Thinking that there was going to be a large incident. There certainly was not. I was certainly holding my breath there as well, but nothing happening at the moment, which is great to see. The drivers really keeping it close, apart from Carrera, who is already trying to check out on the rest of the field. He is disappearing. 1 second ahead already of Boucher. No such gap for Boucher. He's got Kren, Giro, Frey, Rancano, Medicia and Weidbeck. In fact, Oscar Radstrom in 9th place. He might find it, if he's brave and good on the brakes, he could just slingshot past all of them. There you go, you can see just, wow, and that is a lot of curb to be using in the wet. That might be a speed token used. Oh, and that is definitely a speed token used. If he keeps this position here, because Boucher wildly off the track, he needs to have lifted enough to not get a slap on the wrist. It is only a 30-minute race. You do need 4 track limit warnings to get a penalty, but it's so easy to do that in these conditions. Again, these conditions are going to be 2 words I'm going to be saying a lot during the broadcast, because they're mental, quite frankly. Out of Parabolica for the first time at Askin, it is Carrera absolutely running away with it, doing championship things already. Boucher and Leon Kren crossing the line. Giro, Michael Frey, Rancano, then it's Medicia, Weidbeck, Radstrom and Lesnoy. He's got Zohan fit, who's had a very good start, up 3 places for Zohan. Don't mess with the Zohan. Ollie Sorensen up 7 places with Rafa Rivera in up 5 places as well. Carlos Garcia and Vincent Costa having a great start to the race, making up 5 and 7 places respectively, and they're looking to take more into the first chicane. Headlights absolutely bouncing off every surface because they're so wet in the cars, side by side through turn number 2. Absolutely, why not? Let's go into the second chicane 2 wide, please. Excellent stuff. I do love it when the drivers take direction. Oh, and I tell you what, they might have to be taking direction from Martin Torgerson. He did not get a good run out of the first corner. He's going to be absolutely swamped into the second chicane. They are queuing up behind him to try and get these positions taken. Let me just see if we can't find 11:32 and 18. 11:32 and 18. So yeah, this is Peter Malman. Okay, so yeah, so the cars were very well behaved into turn number 1, as you would expect really. Oh, okay, so yeah, no, there was a bit of contact just ahead of Malman. That is 2 cars going off track. They haven't registered on an incident that we can actually show, unfortunately, but can confirm that is Schmiegelt, who's back, or is into the pit, sorry, on his way out of the pits, and Pedro Prol as well. Both of those cars off track and finding themselves down at the back, one of them in the pits. There's Grantis Carrera doing very much Grantis Carrera things. He's already beaten the pole time from Quali and he's a 1.2 seconds quicker than Boucher, who's under serious pressure. Here comes Leon Kren. Let's get an onboard shot. We'll see the Porsche pair in front of him on the exit, though. Can Kren find any traction in these conditions? We know there's a big puddle on the right hand side, and you can see it being thrown into the face of Kren. They're trying to find any way they can through here. These two now battling for the final 2 podium positions is Pascal Giraud, who has had a decent start to the race. He has lost the position, but he does find himself the leading chaser for podium positions. He's got Giraud, Frey just behind him. Rancano, then Radstrom, as we saw. The top 10 still very close. So unfit, looking to take more spots if he can as well. They're all still piling through this second chicane, trying to be clever there. It didn't work, unfortunately. Very close down at the back as well. Rattiano versus Hodap and Wilkinson on Felix Frank. So that's Carlet Racing being chased down by Wilkinson. Hodap just behind them for Engine Stuttgart. Now is he... yeah, gained 3 places, so good start. Dexter Slade as well involved in this group. He's made it up 8 places to 29th, ahead of Ben Rees, who's dropped 10 places. For car number 10, he's in an accident. Let's have a look. So this is on the start right now. This might be Reyes it's involved. Oh, big yellow flag. Benjamin Voigt tumbling down the order. That's not the camera I wanted, but we'll stick with it anyway. So he is definitely behaving himself here. Just trying to ease his way into the first chicane. Oh yeah, Concertina with the cars ahead, and the car behind gives him an innocuous tap, which does not do anybody any good. We've now got, Benjamin Voigt that I just see tumbling down the order. I'm sure I did. Yes, there he is there. He's now in 28th place, car number 6. Oh wow, right, okay, he's had a few incidents. Let's see if we can keep up with them all. There is the first one. So side by side along the start-finish straight. So this was the group that we were originally watching actually before we went over to watch the replay. So they have joined a large group of cars ahead of them. Car in front slightly indecisive. I think the orange cars, yeah, I'm just giving them a little bit of a tap. They're fine on the exit. One hits the puddle and almost rotates. So yeah, a little bit of contact for Voigt initially. And then we'll see what's happened here. This is into Ascari. And he is again side by side. He's got the inside line and he is going quicker. It does look like he's got his nose in front. Oh, yeah. Oh, and that is a whole lot of damage. All those puddles out in the gravel as well. Yep, and he's lost the back end. So law of diminishing returns on the grip and the tyres. And Voigt finding himself running well down the order. Reitster, and Costa still battling away for positions inside the top 20. But up on the podium, we see Pascal Giraud is caught right up to Jan Boucher. Boucher up 2 places. Giraud back to where he started the race in 3rd. Oh, there's 2 different lines there. It was almost a tentative turn in there from Boucher. I wasn't sure if the car behind had a lot of pace on him. Michael Frey. Yeah, Grantis Karekis with another fastest lap. He is just going to get quicker and quicker as the race goes on. So yeah, expect that purple to come up quite a lot during the race. Let's see what happens along the start-finish straight. Oh, and it's close on the podium. It's Giraud and Boucher into turn number 1. It's Giraud that's got the outside line. Can Boucher make this one stick again? And it is a white Porsche bumper. White Porsche spoiler that Giraud sees in front of him once again on the way out with that first chicane. No change this time again. Michael Frey and Leon Kren have avoided swapping positions as well, it seems. Let's see what Radstrom can do, in fact, against Rancano. So Rancano currently running in 7th place, down from where he started in 6th, overtaken early by Daniel Medicia, who's up to 6th position. And yeah, Rancano matching his car number at the moment. I'm sure he'd be keen to hold on to that. He's got Radstrom just behind him. Shins and Kuzmierzik have got themselves a bit of breathing space, but Jason Lons is looking to change that for Kirill Lesnoy. Lesnoy down 2 and Lons up 5, so a tale of 2 races for these two since the start. I did say the Ladybirds would do well in this weather. Is it even still raining? The window wipers are on. Let's just confirm. Yes, it most definitely is. Oh, he was very, very close there. He definitely looks the quicker of the two at the minute, enjoying these conditions a bit more than Lesnoy is. I know that is in the German chat. Of course, we've got combined chat, German and English. The German broadcasters. Anyone with the German channel next to them, they can hear the German broadcast. Anyone when you type, we've got the English moniker next to it. The English channel badge then, obviously. you will be able to hear myself and we can interact. If you let us know who we're cheering on, or we're just here to see the drivers survive Monza, because quite frankly it is going to be a battle of survival for quite a few of them. Not for Carrera though. He's already in the 1 minute 53s. And he is putting laps up on other cars now as well, because he has got himself a 9-second gap to the rest of the field. So that's over a second a lap. He is taking out the rest of the field at the moment. And again, the rest of the field are absolutely scrapping amongst themselves, it has to be said. Bouchier still holding on to second place with Giraud in third. Michael Frey, in-house Porsche specialist, running in fourth position, but he is just behind these two, so they need to be absolutely on their toes. And I tell you, Giraud most definitely not on his toes there. Did not get a good exit out with the second Lesmo and along towards Ascari. That is a bigger gap than it was. Might be a blessing in disguise. You do not want to be too close through this corner, although I don't think anyone's told Michael Frey that. He seems very happy to get as close as possible to the car ahead. Sideways action on the way out, and I tell you, Giraud is going to need a slight lift here to not fall under the ire of the in-game stewards, because that was wide on the exit and into Parabolica. Is Frey going to make him pay? No, he is not. Oh, he just might, in fact. Oh, and they've both gone sideways. The two cars ahead of Frey have both gone sideways. Jan Bouchier, he went sideways while in front of Giraud. Carrera sets another fastest lap. What went it now? 53.7. So yeah, he's further into the 53s. Oh, and the two ahead are going side by side. Michael Frey is going to hold his line. He's going to let these two battle out, and he is going to arrive at the first chicane as these two are making their way through it. It is once again. Oh, and they've made contact. They have made contact this time. It got a bit too close, and he's had to jump the chicane. So Bouchier has jumped the chicane, but Giraud has managed to hold off Michael Frey for the moment. Leon Crane getting closer. But this is quite the battle that's unfolding, and it is still absolutely going on as the two ahead swap positions once again. Frey's got no option but to send up the inside there. Had to get seriously heavy on the brakes. Does manage to avoid contact with Jan Bouchier ahead of him. Not happy about it though. Flashes the lights, goes up the inside again. Oh, and Bouchier almost cuts his nose off. It was almost like he didn't know he was there, and that is a big run up the inside line. Michael Frey. Did anyone say poor specialist? Oh, and he's going for a back up the inside. Oh, and Bouchier, that is a brave move. Oh, you know what? Yeah, that was maybe a bit foolish there from Frey. He really hurt that exit curb on the way out of Ascari, and you absolutely, the Lesmos, and you absolutely can't do that. And you know what? It's not even a replay of the Lesmos, unfortunately. Apologies, I thought we were getting a replay of the second Lesmo, but it's actually just the first chicane. But that is. Oh, most are in English now. German is down. Oh, you're joking. Oh, poor Chris. Oh well, welcome into everyone in the German channel as well. And hopefully Chris gets back up and running. He does love the races. But yeah, welcome into everyone. Let's get back on to some racing action, because it's still absolutely going on, and it now involves Daniel Medici getting involved. With Michael Frey in fourth place and Leon Crane up to third position. So Frey has lost some time. He's been involved in an incident. Let us have a little looky and see what has happened to Frey. So this was going into the first chicane. He's been absolutely drop kicked out of Parabolica. He's been left standing. Goes for a move up the inside. He's just about alongside. Fully holds his ground. A little bit of contact on the exit, nose to tail, but nothing too egregious. Both drivers surviving. But that is Michael Frey in fourth place. Leon Crane up to third, and Jan Bouchier now in fifth position. So yeah, Bouchier, that Ascari exit has absolutely cost him. a whole lot of time. Let's see how Carreras times are getting on. What is he now? 53.710. Pascal Giraud is now 12 seconds ahead. Wow, we're already 15 minutes in. So it's 15 minutes racing gone. And Carreras is 12.6 seconds ahead after only 7 laps. So at the moment he's looking to be hitting someplace around the region of 2 seconds a lap difference between himself and the rest of the field. Because he's just done a 53.6. So not only is he in the 53, he is consistently in the 53s. 53.6, 53.7, 53.7. Horrifying consistency and pace over the front. Let's see what Michael Frey can do into turn number 1. He's still got Leon Kren on that inside, trying to take that position, but Kren, a wily campaigner it seems, and out of Parabolica, is absolutely not for turning in any way, and is reaching the first chicane ahead of Frey, lap after lap, and that is all he needs to do, because around the second corner it's not an easy move to get it done in the second chicane, especially when you're trying to gain time. And he is going to go for it up the inside again. Is Michael Frey? No, he's not close enough again. Sorry, broke that sentence in two there. He's not close enough again. Very nearly did a Jimmy Carr there. Kren with a bit of a yellow flag, so I think he might have just touched the track limits there, hence the lights from Frey, although he might just be trying to distract the driver ahead of him. Martin Torgerson looking for an overtake as well, because there is still battles going on right through the field. Carlos Garcia, has just been overtaken. He's just overtaken Ollie Sorensen, and it is through the second chicane, so it just goes to show what I know. Garcia overtaken, as I say, by Sorensen. Sorensen with a bit of a mistake. We've still got 36 drivers in. Zohan Fitt, who had an incredible start to the race, has found himself massively down the order. He's just come out the pits as well. Oh, now he's going very slowly here. Is this... Yes, right. Oh no, so he's gaining momentum, but that's after the first chicane. He's carrying damage here. Okay, so he's got a yellow flag because he's going so slowly. That's the last corner. There we go. The lack of lighting playing tricks on the ice. So yeah, coming in the last corner. So he's had a problem through Ascari, and that's him being into the pits. That's 3 cars have been in. Pedro Prol was in right at the start of the race. So too was Schmiegelt. Hodap and Ratiano are battling away for 31st. Alexander Wright's still chasing down Pedro Prol for 28th place. Wiedbeck and Rivera swapping positions out with Parabolica as well. So that is Rivera getting his way past Wiedbeck and looking to close in on Torgensen into turn number 1. This could absolutely be on between these two behind. Let's see the view that Torgensen's rear spoiler gets. Oh, and he has... Well, I've seen the cars behind making contact, but he's had to take the escape road there. Came in far too hot, maybe paying a bit much attention to the cars behind rather than his actual braking point ahead. And does have to take the emergency slip road. Carreras 14 seconds ahead after 9 laps. Jan Boucher off the podium. He was up in 3rd. He started in 4th. He's now in 5th place. Kren, of course, started in 2nd. Now finds himself down into 4th. Giraud and Frey have been the main beneficiaries there. I feel like we've just missed something. Or I certainly have. Is that Medici? Yeah, Medici piling the pressure on Boucher now. With Rancano. How far behind is Rancano? 6 seconds behind. So these two, this group can actually just get on with battling here. They've got a decent gap to the cars behind. Let's see what they do through Parabolica this time. Look how shiny that racetrack is with the water. Oh, and the track is now down to damp, so there's only a light rain falling, so the track has gone to damp. It stayed at 15 degrees. We are 9:15 at night local time, so I think we're an hour ahead of actual time in Europe. It's 7:15 here in Scotland. 10 o'clock. 10 minutes left, so 2/3 done and dusted. Ooh, and that was very tentative by Boucher through that first chicane and led Medici into the puddle, and that has given Boucher a bit of a gap. Let's see what Radstrom and Rancano can do. As these two getting close into the second chicane. Whoa, I tell you what, love the look of that livery. Shins is just behind them as well, so he's watching Radstrom and Rancano. Can he pick up a cheeky little place in the closing third of the race? It's certainly possible as he pulls out from behind, maybe looking for a wetter part of the track to keep the tyres a bit cooler. Still plenty of spray coming up to keep the drivers on their toes though as we head through the Lesmos. Look at that steering wheel, absolutely wiggle. That could end up giving you a light seizure the way the lights on that steering wheel flash on and off behind the seat belt there. Absolutely wringing the neck out with the revs along the back straight and into Ascari. You need to be so smooth on your gear down as well. Takes it down to third place to keep an extra bit of traction. Third place, third gear, my goodness me. Oh, and it's done it well actually out of Ascari. That is a very good exit for Radstrom. Rancano is going to be feeling that pressure. They're going to go side by side into Parabolica. Can Radstrom make this one stick around the outside? It's maybe not the ideal place to be in these conditions. And yeah, not proof eternal there. Rancano holding the quicker inside line through Parabolica, and they're going to cross the start-finish line with only 2/10 separating them. Let's see what happens into the first turn. Is Radstrom going to be quick enough? He's certainly got a good run. He might not have had the optimum line out through the last corner. Oh, but he almost makes it work still. Oh, and I tell you what, oh, he's giving him a tap on the rear end there, and that is going to be Dario Shins. Oh, making a mistake himself. He's absolutely clattered. That is the technical term, of course. That curve on the right hand side, he's found himself bouncing across the track. Yeah, he decided to give the gift horse. He just wanted to check the teeth there, and you know what they say, never look a gift horse in the mouth, and that's exactly what he did. And he's potentially thrown away a position as Rivera. Oh, he's the wrong way round through turn number 1. That is Rafa Rivera tumbling down the order as he holds his brakes. Let's see what's ailed him. Now he does have a fast approaching car. Does he miss the escape road or does he take a tap? Not so curb there. Keeps it nice and clear. Oh, and the back end's just gone. The back end just completely stepping out on him. And that is Rivera tumbling down the order with only 7 to go. Vincent Costa now all over the back of Ollie Sorensen, so more overtaking action just inside the top 20 potentially in the closing stages. No potential overtakes going on for first place Grantas Caracas. We are 23 minutes, 12 laps in, 17 seconds ahead, and he's gone quicker again and again and again and again. The only thing more consistent than his lap times is the fact that he is consistently quicker lap on lap. It is absolutely wild. Yeah, this man needs to be studied by science. I think the same place where they looked at oh my goodness, what's Zlatan? Wherever they went to study Zlatan's knees, I think we need to send Caracas there. Get him to find out exactly what it is that makes him tick. And if it is USB 3s, as I suspect. Oscar Radstrom all over the back of Rancano still. These two firing through Biasono towards that second chicane. He's not been able to get anything done in the chicanes so far. Is now the time for Radstrom? No, quite frankly, it is not. Keeps it nice and single file. Dario Shins still in the hunt, but could rue that mistake he made on the corner exit. Let's see, Peter Malman tumbled down the order himself as well. He is still carrying damage after the incident we saw early in the race, but he is back up in net position. Oh, Rattiano and Barling swapping positions out with the last corner into turn number 1. Barling, another car that is unfortunately carrying a bit of damage, and that lack of aerodynamics has let Rattiano up into 30th place. Pedro Prol has made back a couple of positions as well. He's now back up to 27th place after a tough start to the race. Gergo Kish back up to 24th position at the expense of Wilkinson, who's made up for himself, so won't be too unhappy with that. And Ali Sinar started in 33rd place. Oh, we've got another car massively off track there. As Grantas Carrera sets another fastest lap. He is absolutely loving these conditions here. 19 seconds ahead after 25 minutes of racing is not too bad. 13 laps. The most frightening thing is he will no doubt be in the Paul Ricard race straight after this one. Without even batting an eyelid. And annoyingly he'll probably going to win it as well. Because that's just what he does. Let's see, Dario Shins, yep, he is piling on that pressure now. And Radstrom dropping a bit from Rancano. He's certainly not as close as we have seen him at this point in the track on previous laps. Oh, and that's a bit wild there from Shins. He's managed to hold on to it, but he's lost a fair bit of momentum there. Very nearly losing the back of the car. That looks like another overtake attempt that we've got. Reyes versus Rivera. Rivera back up a spot. Reyes looking to gain a couple of spots back. In fact, Gergo Kisses is made back two as well. So he's having a good run of it at the moment. Let's see. Oh yeah, not happening for him. Sinar and right, says Pedro Prol, sorry, going past Wilkinson. Wilkinson, oh, is stationary. I'm not busy looking at the timing tower. I didn't even notice that Wilkinson was stationary there. Apologies, I've missed that one completely, but he was stationary, and that is him down another couple of spots. Only 3 minutes left to go as well. Up at the front, it looks like the podium is still very much in contention as Michael Frey gets himself past Pascal Giraud. Giraud didn't have the best run into the first corner there. I thought we'd have time to see this battle mature, but no. Michael Frey having none of that. He has just sailed straight past Pascal Giraud to get himself up into second place with 2.5 minutes left to go. Rexy, yeah, see, Pascal Giraud, of course, at a massive disadvantage in these conditions with those tiny little Rexy arms. Really difficult to do any kind of useful swimming stroke at all out on a wet track. So yeah, we may have found Rexy's kryptonite here, but Michael Frey, great move by him to get up to second. Grantas Carreras, he has had no camera time. Oh no, he has had a fair bit, we'll give him that. He's had a fair bit of camera time from the quali, but certainly in the race he has been just absolutely checked out, putting more laps up. Putting laps up on more drivers. And is he... Oh, and for the first time there, lap 13 was the first time he didn't go faster than his previous lap. So 12 laps in a row, he went faster and faster. And he's on the final lap, 1 minute 53.8, so maybe taking it a bit easy now, although the wet tyres won't be enjoying the current damp conditions, or will they? I'm not sure Caracas actually cares in the slightest. He is still going to absolutely send it. Sub 54. There's only 2 drivers so far that have managed to go sub 54 in the race. Michael Frey, rather unsurprisingly, is the other one. He's had a couple of trips into the 53s. Everyone else is best down in the 54s. Medici with a 54-1. Which is a good time. Radstrom and Rancano are back in it, and here comes Dario Shins as well. Into turn number 1 we go, and it is heavy on the brakes into the chicane. It is Rancano, Radstrom and Shins on the way in, and it looks like it's going to be the same on the way out. Be a solo to go. Oh, in the puddle, yep. You can't accelerate there, mate. Definitely don't want to do that too often. Starchevich looking for a move on Garcia across the start-finish line. Doesn't quite get the pull out with parabolic he needed. And that should be position held for Garcia into turn number 1. Yep, unless we see a silly send, which I seriously doubt we will. Ben Reyes on Rafa Rivera. Similar position to the two drivers that we've just seen. Well, a little bit closer for Reyes than we saw. Oh, he's absolutely sent it through there. That is a beautiful move by Reyes. Oh, and they've ended up stationary. Yep, they've made contact on the exit there, unfortunately, and that is Rivera still running, and Reyes tumbles down the order. He ends up behind Sinar and Gergo Kiss. Let's see where Carrera says he's finished another lap. He is led from start to finish. There is no superlatives left to describe his performance in these Porsches. That is 6 wins in a row for Grantas Carreras. 21 seconds ahead of the rest of the field after 16 laps. Not too bad at all. Michael Frey with a late move on to the second spot on the podium. Manages to bring that one home. And Pascal Giraud in third place ahead of Leon Kren in fourth. Jan Boucher in fifth with Medici in sixth. Rancano is going to cross the line potentially in seventh position, unless Radstrom's got something to say about it right at the death. He potentially does have something to say about it, but unable to do anything about it as they cross the line. Seventh and eighth. Shins holding on to ninth place, and it is Kuzmierzik who's straight back into pits, rounding out the top 10. More cars crossing the line. We'll get a look at the classified results in a moment, but there is absolutely no doubt in anyone's mind of who won this race. Pole position, fastest lap in the race, wins the race. Yeah, extends his lead at the top of the championship with not many rounds to go. There you go. He even gets a firework display. That is just how quick Grantas is. The game recognises it and pops up a wee fireworks display for him. Incredible stuff. Let's get ourselves set up to have a look at the results, shall we? There we go. Oh no, my apologies. Yep, we need to move over there. Yep, just a couple of bits and pieces. We'll just need to let that refresh for a moment. Still got Belgium there. We can fix that though. Remember, do stay tuned. More racing action to come. The CaseKing.de Pro Series. 2 races from Paul Ricard coming your way tonight. The reverse order grid, of course, in race number 2. It has been, yeah, the drivers with varying views on it. I know as a spectator, you absolutely love to see it. Just waiting on those results to come up. That was round number 8 already. We've got, a moment, too much sound. Yeah, the Carrera Cup by PTT Racing, Red Bull Ring, Hungaroring, Valencia, Misano, Barcelona, Zandvoort, Spa. Now joined in the rear view mirror by Monza. The drivers here will be at Paul Ricard next week, much like the pro drivers will be very shortly in the Case King series. We've got Brands Hatch in Imola. Week 12 still to be decided. That's the 18th of December for week 11. And then I believe... Oh, of course, yes, sorry. Week 12 has been moved, and then week 13 will be the 3rd of January for the season finale. That will be the Nordschleife, 30 minutes. 30-minute races all season for the drivers, and of course, that incredible prize that they are all looking to get their grubby little paws on from the virtual car. They're looking to make their way into the real McCoy, and that is the Porsche Cup car at the Silesia Ring in Poland. So, yeah, absolutely phenomenal prize. Not a race driver alive that wouldn't have loved to get their hands on that car around that track. So, yeah, and it is looking like Grantis Carrera is going to be the driver at the top of that tree. We're still waiting on the results to come in from this particular race. What we can do though, we can have a quick look at the standings from before this race. Carrera and Santema leading the way. Santema not racing again this evening, so that gap will hugely extend up at the top. Michael Fredo finishing in second. He should take second in the championship going into next week. So yeah, all eyes on Santema to see if he is back for the rest of the series. I imagine he will be. As we will be back in a moment or two with the CaseKing.de Pro Series. As I mentioned, that is going to be yeah, there we go. Yeah, Paul Ricard will be back for very shortly. Yeah, we'll get a look at the results from the Porsche Cups in a moment. Until then, we'll be back in a second. Here we go then, we are switching over to the CaseKing.de Pro Series. The results, unfortunately, not quite up for the Cup race at the moment. So we'll get a look at them. Yeah, we'll have a quick look at them after the race. Let me just... we'll need to change a couple of things over very quickly. He says confident in his abilities. There we go. Last time out it was the Nordschleife. In fact, my apologies. Absolutely. Let's get a look at the schedule, shall we? Let's do this properly. Goodness me. There we go. So there is the calendar that we are looking at, of course, here for Paul Ricard. Sorry, Valencia. It's it is Valencia that we're here for this round. I have no idea where I'm getting Paul Ricard from. Yeah, it is, of course, Valencia this evening. Northslife last time out was the 90-minute race. We have two of those over the series. The next one will be Monza, where we've just been. 19 minutes to round out the series. That too will be on the 3rd of January. So yeah, there will be some serious racing action, that is for sure. Let's jump in and get the drivers out on track. They'll be out in qualifying very shortly. Of course, the drivers looking to get their hands on these incredible steering wheels. Yeah, we'll get the prizes up in a moment. It doesn't seem to be fully working for me at the moment. It says image not found. We'll get it up in a moment. Let's make sure that is all set. We will get a look, as I say, at the results from the last race. It was the 90-minuter from the Northslife, and it was George Boothby who took home the top spot. He's a bit decent around the Northslife, is George. Delfant in second, Castorino in third, Renault Ritchie in fourth, and Sharkall in fifth place, ahead of Samir Foch and Rambach. Bellick in eighth, Lindblom finishing ninth, and Patouche rounding out the top 10, just ahead of Jan Boucher. The standings in the Pro Series make for some interesting reading. Castorino just over 140 points ahead of Carrera in second, Delfant in third place, Samir Foch in fourth position, Sasha Waster in fifth, and Lindblom in sixth place, Michael Frey in seventh, and Lauren van Rossen in ninth place. Eighth place. Željko Vaca in ninth, with Kevin Bellick rounding out the top 10. As we get some shots of some of the drivers out on track, getting some practice laps in. Yeah, certainly entirely different conditions to deal with than the post-grip driver, so that is for absolutely sure. So we will have a look at that. Go, it's back up and running. My apologies for the technical issues tonight. Here are the prizes for the CaseKing.de Pro Series. So thank you very much to the sponsors. P3 with the Odez LCD GX headphones. The Meta Haptics. Not metaphysics, but the Meta Haptics bundle from Nitro Concepts for P2. And P1 in the championship will receive a €2,500 voucher to spend on Monza racing equipment on the Case King website. So again, another absolutely incredible round of prizes. So huge thanks to the sponsors for those. Yeah, £2.5 worth of Monza gear. That will certainly pimp out. Yeah, I'll certainly pimp out any sim racing get-up, that is for sure. The drivers are making their way out on track. As we get ready for the opening race of the evening, it is the same format that we've had so far this season, of course. We have the 20-minute race to start. The finishing order from race 1 will determine the starting grid for race number 2, but the top 15 will be reversed. So first we'll start in 15th, 15th we'll start in first. Interestingly, we've seen drivers at the end, coming to the end of the race number 2, in 15th position, still trying to get overtakes, still trying to get their way further up, effectively giving away first place in the next race. But yeah, fully committed, that is for sure. Oh, there we go, that is working, my apologies. Now, let me see how we are doing for drivers. A few of them have just come straight from the Porsche Cup straight into here. You can see Malman, Keith, Rivera, Lons, Shins, all in. Completely different cars, completely different conditions. Boucher is out, so is Reyes, Cano's out, Wiedbeck's out, Leon Kren, Sorensen, Costa. A lot of drivers from the Porsche Cup car making their way out here. Rafa Rivera is going to be the first one to bring home a lap time if we can keep this clean. I'm looking for Frank Drebin making another appearance as well. Excellent. And yes, Caracas is out on track, but I cannot see Castorino. In fact, not many of the usual suspects out on track tonight at all. Yeah, so Caracas could be in for a very, very, very good night here if he displays the type of form that he's just displayed in the Porsche Cups. Then he is definitely going to be a hot favourite to win a race here. Not both. Oh, the livery hasn't quite worked either. Livery's not quite sinking. Let's see how we got on. Carrera is 33-0. So he's qualified 33rd at the moment. It's Pedro Prawl. Just teleporting back to the pits there. 1 minute 30.487. 1300s ahead of Benjamin Voigt. Gergo Kish in third and Alexander Reitz in fourth. Frank Drebin, Police Squad. Fifth place, it's Andrew Barling in sixth. Kirill Lesnoy, Peter Malman, David Roncano and Michael Frey rounding out the top 10. Are you in the right split? I did wonder, but Karakis is in here, so I think so. Yeah, you know what? I'll maybe back out and check that actually. Okay, you know what? I have been firmly thrown under the bus by the broadcast tool. There we go. So the names are not showing correctly. Bear with me a moment. I might need to do a full restart. Yeah, back in a mo. Here we go, my apologies, yes, we were having a bit of a moment with ACC TV. But I believe that is us back up and running again. Yes it is, there we go. Right, okay, so for whatever reason, ACC TV had stored the names from the previous race and put them back up. So we do have the actual drivers, because Michael Frey took part in both, that's why he appeared. Lucas Busick currently at the top of the table for Dynamics by Kalinic. Samir Foss, now I did see his name on the in-game list. There's Jan Boucher, Jens Pluderman is out there, is Samir Foss. They're currently running in 6th place. So yeah, apologies, we had a bit of an issue there, but we've thankfully, it seems, hopefully, got it up and running again. Although, we don't seem to be getting any of the liveries. I'm not sure what has gone on there. Yeah, not sure why the liveries haven't worked. We've only got 4 minutes left to quote. Yeah, do you know what? Let's see if we can't get them to work.
Green light, go, go, go.
No, unfortunately, huge swathes of the liveries not working at the moment, I'm afraid. Not entirely sure why. We've got Castorino, championship leader, up in second place at the moment. He's not improving on his time. Delphant in fourth. Van Rossum has just gone up to 5th position. Their liveries work perfectly. Colbath goes ahead of Samir Foch as well. He's now down to 7th position. Karekas is threatening a purple lap as he does. That was an Apex Predators car that he's just gone past there. He is tearing through Arero. That is a curve complex that really does put the fear of God in me. Ah, there we go. So some of the liveries have started to work. Hopefully we'll get a few more. Foch's hasn't though. In his 488, the beloved 488. Let's see what Craig can do across the line. Oh, he was threatening pole. 1 minute 30.3. Busak on a 30.3. Castorino on a 30.2, and Colbath has done a 30.2 as well. So the mighty Meta McLaren certainly getting the job done this evening. No cases of any problem. Sorry, I'm over obsessing about these liveries now. We should really be concentrating on the. So yeah, we'll have a little bit of a look around the field, and I will see if we can't find the proper sync. In fact, it looks like we've got a couple of penalties coming in. 5-second penalties for cars 9 and 5. So that is Busak picking up a 5-second penalty. And David Lindblom as well in qualifying. That are all very close as you would expect. 15 seconds left to go all of a sudden. We are out of time in the qualifying session. Oh, and the server has had himself a bit of a moment. Of course it has. Everything else has this evening. So why not have the server keel over as well? Excellent stuff. We'll get that back up and running in a moment. Yeah, massively unfortunate there. In fact, let me just see. We didn't quite get round to getting the results from the Porsche Cup car. So there we go. We'll get confirmation on the results from the previous race. There they are there. Carrera, Frey and Giraud on the podium. Leon Kren in 4th. Jan Boucher in 5th. Medicia, Rancano, Radstrom, Shins and Kuzmerzik all making it into the top 10 ahead of Lons, Lesnoy, Sepanen, Torgensen and Vidbeck in 15th place. Starchevich in 16th with Garcia in 17th. Sorensen, Costa and Rivera all inside the top 20 ahead. And Gergo Kish in 21st. Sinar in 22nd with Reitz in 23rd. Then it was Reyes and Frank inside the top 25 ahead of Slade, Prohl, Wilkinson, Hodap and Barling. We had Rentiano, Malman as well crossing the line, 31st and 32nd. Reher in 33rd and Frank Drebin crossing the line in 34th place ahead of Schmiegelt and Zohan Fit. Benjamin Voigt unfortunately unable to finish the race. And we should be able to get the championship standings up. There we go. Caracas, let me get rid of that. Oh no, so they haven't been updated, sorry. So that is still the previous round's results. So the overall results haven't been updated as yet. We will get ourselves back into the CaseKing.de Pro Series very shortly. I'm hoping so. Let me just see if we can't find the lobby. Always a good start. Upcoming spot. No, don't do that.
Green light. Go, go, go. So confirmation the drivers are jumping back in. We've got a practice session that we will jump through. So unfortunate there. Some really quick times in from a few of the drivers. Yeah, we have been disconnected, but we are reconnecting again. So yeah, if you are a driver, you should be able to get back in. It's the same lobby number, so it shouldn't be an issue for drivers now getting back in. And we'll get confirmation. I'm not sure if we're going to completely run the quality session again, or if the preview. I'm assuming. Actually, we should never assume. And yeah, we'll get some confirmation on what we've got going on as far as quali goes. Let me just see if we can't get reconnected ourselves. Right, we are back up to 34 drivers. That was in the German chat, we'll see. Yeah, 34 cars, as I say, in the pits. Boucher, yeah, it looks like all the usual suspect. And yeah, confirmation it will be a fresh quali, of course, unable to collect the logs from the previous session, unfortunately, because of the way it crashed. So, it will be a fresh qualifying session for the drivers to navigate. Some of them will be happy, some of them won't, you'd imagine. Unfortunately, still don't have some of the liveries working either.
Green light, go, go, go.
Okay. Right, we'll get a look. Let's see, 36. So another two drivers have managed to make it back in. We've got 15 minutes of qualifying, 22-degree track temperature, and a very full track. We've got quite a few cars have stayed in the pits. Castorino and Samir Foch, two of them. Michael Frey as well, deciding to stay in the pits. We'll have a jump around the field to see how the drivers are getting on, as Castorino does exit the pit stand. So yeah, bear with me a moment or two and we will crack on with the quali and the races. Nice and close across the line between these two. The early advantage though is just been taken by one Eric Delfant. Gets himself a 29.82 drivers on 29.8. Romain's Kilbath getting a 29.867 set. Both of them just ahead of Carrera and Castorino. 30.0 for both of these drivers. It is incredible how they managed to keep it so close around any track, let alone one that is a motorbike track. There is Sir Foch setting a time. Lindblom currently in 9th ahead of Boucher. Castorino though, very much doing Castorino things into turn at number 9. He is threatening to take pole position. He needs just over 0.2 of a second, and he's currently sitting at 3. Oh, big wiggle. We'll get to see him. We'll get to see him coming through the fun part of the course. So much bounce on the car there. Into the last corner, nice little downhill, nicely done on that inside curb. And that is pole position, 29.7. So Castorino very quickly up to the top spot. Let's see what Raphael Schwartz is going to do. The Apex Predator carrying a whole lot of time. So is Jens Pluderman as well. These are both going to be at set very quick times. It will be Schwartz that sets his first. He crosses the line. Gets himself a 30.9. Matija Meeks is going very quickly as well. Very quickly in the Honda. This could be a blistering time that Matija Meeks is about to set. Oh, had a wiggle on the exit. Does manage to gather up, but lost a couple of tenths there. And Meeks goes 8th place, straight into the top 10 with a 30.1. Still Castorino up at the top spot as we're at the halfway mark of qualifying. Delfant in 2nd, Kilbath in 3rd place. Foch now finding himself in 10th, and Michael Frey, David Lindblom with the yellow flag, Galdazinski with the yellow as well, so Silverio, so a few of them popping up now. Drivers jumping back into the pits, fresh tyres and back out again, plenty of time for them to set times. We're on board with Michael Frey. He is threatening pole position here. Let's see what he can do. He's got a cheeky bit of slipstream from the McLaren. He did lose a 10th, and it's a 29.83 drivers on a 1 minute 29.8. That's Delfant, Frey and Kilbath. All still chasing Castorino though. 1 minute 29.780. 2500 separating the top two. Carrera crosses the line, 29.9, no improvement. He's back to the pits for a fresh set of boots. We've got Rich Mando and Andres Barek both putting in good laps at the moment. Mando just coming through Herrero. Wow. Or bouncing over Herrero, should we say. That is him nicely into the last corner and out again. Carrying a bit of time here. This is going to give him a 31.4. He'll join Charlie Hall and Alexander Reitz. No, 31.3. So yeah, 3 drivers on a 31.3, 2 on a 31.4. Mando leading the way in the 31.3s. He's got Nagy just ahead of him, so even a 10th or 2. We'll see him move up the order. Michael Frey is in the pits, and Eric Delfant is absolutely in the hunt for pole position. He is so close. Where are we? We're through turn 7, Affy Collin. And he's going to need to be efficient. With 5 to go. 1 minute 29.805. As I say, 2500s behind Castorino at the moment. It does keep turning purple on the timing though. Castorino not on a valid lap. Not many drivers are at the moment, in fact. Michael Deringer is down in 34th. We've got 35 cars that have set times. Niels Rademacher in 36th in the pits without a time set, and Eric Delphant has made huge leaps through that last corner, really bounced his way through Herrero, and it is just enough for 400s. 400s quicker than Castorino, so he's found 6500s over that lap, and that has been enough to put him on the top spot. So now 2 drivers on 29.7, 3 drivers on 29.8, 2 on 29.9, and then 1 on 30.0. Ridiculously close through the field. It's going to be quite the race, and the reverse order. Oh, not quite sure where his pit box is. I'm sure you'll find it. Lucas Busak, who did well in the first qualifying session, is certainly looking to do so again, and is another driver threatening purple. He is within a tenth, 93 hundredths behind. So a tenth of a second would see him go ahead. Michael Frey pulls a yellow flag as Busak goes across the line. Goes quicker, but not enough of an improvement to see an improvement in position. 1 minute 29.8. Delphant with a yellow flag. Michael Frey just letting the quicker cars through. And jams the foot down out of the last corner to see if he can get an improvement on his time. Samir Foch currently running in 9th place. He is up on his time, so we'll stay on with the Ferrari 488. Invalidated his lap someplace. So that is Foch. Yeah, he's unfortunately invalidated that. He was threatening to go quicker there, pushed the limits a bit too much. As we're starting to see drivers up and down the field make improvements. Certainly the drivers around about 15th as Bellick gets himself into the top 10. Jalka Vaca coming through turn 9. He is half a second up, so he is aiming to get himself into the 29s. So that would be good enough for a top 10 position. So many improvements, can't keep up with them all, but Castorino is still in the top spot. Oh, Sir Foch with a yellow flag. Oh, we're getting to the business end. Michael Frey, 29.8, one of 3 drivers on said time. He is the third of the 3. Oh, Castorino threatening to go quicker. Michael Frey is actually threatening to go pole position. There is going to be absolutely nothing between these drivers. Absolutely nothing at all. There is only a second. Oh no, sorry, 30.6. Yeah, so there's 1 second between 17 cars. And Michael Frey is looking to get his Porsche up at the top. So is Delphant. Delphant and Frey both on absolute flyers here at the moment. Michael Frey just coming through turn 10 as Busak goes quicker than Delphant. Delphant is just through 6, so we'll stay on board with Michael Frey and see what he can do across the line. He's definitely on for an improvement. Is it going to be enough to see him take the top spot? Delphant is a tenth closer than Frey, but he is a tenth slower than Frey on this lap. Frey crosses the line. It was purple. It is going to be first place. It's a 29.605. Michael Frey, the Porsche specialist, specialising in Valencia, that's for sure. 29.6 to go ahead of championship leader Castorino, but Eric Delphant could well be about to break both of their hearts. With 25 seconds left to go, so he's going to cross the line. He's going to get another go at it. That's Sir Foch just behind him. Let's see what Delphant does. He takes pole position, 29.555. Half a tenth. One of the biggest gaps that we've seen up at the front of the grid, but it might not be for long. Here comes Castorino. Oh, wow. Right, so the qualifying session has come to an end. No one can start a lap from now, but Castorino is on a lap. Oh, and Michael Frey's just invalidated his. He'd found a tenth of a second. He'd got himself quick enough for pole, but he's invalidated his lap. Delphant is down on his lap. Samir Foch is up on his lap a second. It could see him move up to 6th place ahead of Carrera, who needs to pull the finger out. Andrei Oreshkin in 21st. Is looking to get himself up to 17th at the expense of Pluderman. And Simon Schranz, 31.662, 4 tenths up, 31.2. He's looking at 27th. We'll stay on board though with championship leader Castorino. He is coming into the final corner now. And this is his last chance for romance. And the timing tower says purple. It's 2 thumbs up for Castorino. He is going to cross the line, 29.5 to beat, and it's a 29.530, back to 2500s. Absolutely wild. So still 2500s separating the top row. It's Castorino up there with Delphant in second place. I don't think we're going to see many changes now through the rest of the grid, and indeed that is qualifying done. We'll get the grid up in a moment. Pro Series, there we go. Oh no. Yeah, so close between the drivers. The times there are absolutely crazy close. Yeah, that's not quite come up as yet. But it's championship leader Amadeo Castorino that has taken the top spot. Still showing Delphant, so yeah, he will start up at the top of the grid. He's going to be able to chase though Delphant and Frey. Frey in the Porsche. Looking very quick around here, indeed. I did think the McLarens looked like they were going to be doing particularly well tonight, but certainly our Porsche specialist Michael Frey has got something to say about that. He is looking very good. This is a straight sprint race, of course. 20 minutes to decide the starting order for race number 2. The top 15 will be reversed, and the drivers will then take part in a 40-minute race. Which is going to be absolutely tantalising given how close they've been in quali in this opening session. We should have the grid available. No, not quite. It seems to be the other way around. Yep, still got Boothby on there. Yeah, so we might just have a manual run down just so we can get a look at all the cars. Let me give this one last go. we'll get a manual look at the grid. That doesn't seem to be working, but yeah, confirmation it is Castorino on the top spot. In second place for the start of this one, it's going to be Eric Delfant. Row number 2 will be Michael Frey in the Porsche. He'll be joined by Lucas Busak in the McLaren. Row number 3 will be Romain Bath in 5th position, another McLaren, and it will be Grantis Karekas starting in 6th position. 7th is going to be Matija Meeks in the Honda. He's going to be followed, our starting story, on row number 4 with David Lindblom. Row 5, Jelka Vaca in 9th place, and Lawrence Van Rossen in 10th. 11th position is going to be Samir Foch, the LFM content creator, starting on row number 6 with Kevin Bellick for Bellick GT Racing. Jan Boucher starting in 13th place, row number 7, alongside Ulrich van der Meer. Ulrich van der Meer, my apologies. In 15th place, Miguel Silverio for LK Motorsport in the Lexus. He's on row 8 with Mateusz Galduzinski. In 17th place, Jens Kluderman for the Apex Predators, and in 18th on row 9 with him, Eating Curbs Racing, Andre Oreshkin. Ivashkin will be starting in 19th, and joining him on row number 10, Simon Schranz in the Ferrari. In 21st, Raphael Schwartz. And joining him on row number 11, Berex in the Speed and Power Aston Martin. Phenomenal livery on that machine. Nicholas Briel will be starting in 23rd. He'll be joining Yanis Cornier on row number 12. On row 13, it's going to be Rich Mando in 25th place, and Johannes Wass in 26th. Row 14, Ferenc Nagy in 27th, and Charlie Hall in 28th place. Joshua Kunin in 29th, and Alexander Reitz in 30th. Another incredible livery. To get those lines to match up across those panels, not an easy task. Sugi in another McLaren, 31st position. 32nd, Cedric Welch in the Porsche. In 33rd is Lischenko for the Apex Predators AM team in the BMW. Another livery that looks incredible. Michael Deringer, he is in the Reuter Lamborghini. It's not often you see these bad boys out on track. And in 35th, Stefan Kozubek, and bring up the rear of the field, Niels Rademacher in the Colourworks. Another phenomenal livery to pattern match that across the car. He is in, of course, the Nissan GTR. We do have a few hellos in the chat by the look of it. I didn't know reverse grids were possible in ACC. Absolutely, yes. So the lobby host can manually enter the starting order for the cars. So excuse me, we're just about to start, but we'll get this one. So the reverse order grid, yes, we'll take the order from the end of this race, and we can manually, or the stewards will manually put it in. But there we go, it's green lights, it's foot down, it's flat out, and it is flying into turn number 1. Sorry, there's the top of the grid. It's Amadeo Castorino and Eric Delfant that are going to try and go side by side into turn number 1. As Delfant's got the Honda on the outside line, bit ropey on the track limits. They're not quite finding enough room to get back in. It's almost 3 wide into turn number 2 as Michael Frey is going to make hay while the sun shines. Gets that Porsche rotated absolutely stunningly through turn number 2 and into turn number 3 and 4. He has got himself up to 2nd position. A great start there for Frey. Delfant then instantly down into 3rd position. A few other changes through the field. Kevin Bellick and Lawrence Van Rossum trading positions and paint through the opening couple of corners, almost taking Jan Boucher in the rear end there. Samir Foch losing out in this battle as well. He's down a spot. Boucher, Van der Meer and Silverio all where they started. Colbath and Karekas are swapping positions here, and it looks like Colbath, no, he's not. He is going to hold on to position, sorry. He's managing to stay ahead of Karekas. Mateusz Meeks in 7th position, Kavaka in 8th. Michael Frey and Castorino swapping positions though. Let's see how they both get on. Oh, and he's managed to squeeze himself in front there. Fully committed from Michael Frey, but he's right over the track limits. He's going to bounce over the curves, and Castorino is not going to need a second invite to sail that car up the inside line into the last corner. Holds his ground absolutely firmly there. Can Frey get an under... can he get... a cutback on him? My goodness me. A cutback on him out of the last corner? No, he can't. Delphant then down a position. Busak holding firmly, and Carrera did get the overtake done. So Carrera is past Romain Colbath. He's got himself up to 5th position. Kavaka behind Colbath. He's already got himself up to Matej Meeks, Lindblom, Samir Foch, Van Rossum. All battling away for positions in and around the top 10. Foch currently running in 11th place where he started. Him and Van Rossum are going to swap positions again. It is 488 versus 296. It's the 488 that's on the inside line, and Foch nails a very nice overtake there, but it's cost him both time, and Jan Boucher is looking close to pouncing, and so too actually Van der Meer in that Honda. They're absolutely nose to tail throughout the field. You can see right down the running order there, all right on top of one another. Not many incidents in the open exchanges. Charlie Hall making up 4 places. Andras Berek though down 5. So the speed and power Aston Martin not getting the best run on lap number 1, and he is down 5 spots. Cedric Welch behind him is up 4, and it looks like Welch has just got it done. He has. Welch makes it 5, and Berek 6 down. Welch 5 up. So great start by Berek. Let's see what's going on up at the top of the field. Castorino is out in front again. He's back to where he started. Michael Frey holding on to 2nd place with Delphant in 3rd. They are still absolutely nose to tail, but it is Grantis Carreras has got his nose a lot closer to the drivers in front than anyone else ahead of him does. So we'll jump on to the onboard camera. That is a good exit he's got there out of turn number 3. Really putting Lucas on blast at the moment. Oh, Lucas almost leaving the door open there. A slightly tighter line taken by Carreras. He's looking to sneak his way up that inside line if possible. Certainly looking like slightly quicker out of the 2 at the moment. Van Rossum still all over the back of Samir Foch, and Jan Boucher is piling the pressure on Kevin Bellick himself. Bellick, Boucher and Van der Meer all running where they started still. We are still on board though with the Ferrari of Grantis Carreras. He is right up there in the championship, so he'll be keen to hold on to whatever positions he can here. Just check the standings, yeah. So yeah, 148 points he is behind Castorino, so he can see the target there at the lead. At the head of the train he is currently running in. We are just about to complete the 3rd lap of the race. Castorino crosses the line as Delphant does also, and takes the fastest lap of the race from 3rd place. So yeah, it's now maybe him and Michael Frey that are going to be battling before Grantis Carreras could potentially get the overtake done. We'll see what's going on. It looks like Sir Foch has got the move done. Oh no, sorry, still fending off Van Rossum, who's fending off Kevin Bellick. Foch has made it up to 10th with Van Rossum now in 11th place and going into full defence mode, as Sir Foch now eyeing up Lindblom and Meeks. Now is that going to slow them down, catching up to Kavaka? Potentially. Kavaka, another driver, another driver. He's sitting in no man's land at the minute. See, decent gap either side, Meeks in that Honda in full defensive mode. Delphant now piling on the pressure with Michael Frey. So Frey temporarily having the lead of the race. He is now looking to fend off the advances of Eric Delphant, trying to take his 2nd place. Of course, got 2nd place in the Porsche Cup cars not very long ago. In the last corner. It's amazing how downhill that actually is. It can really throw off the back end of the car. These 3 drivers though absolutely nailing it, as you would expect. Busak sitting just a little bit far back at the moment. Carrera's still definitely in the hunt. We'll get back on board. Sorry, we want this one, I believe. Yeah, there we go, but a splitter cam. Yeah, very liberal use of the track limits there once again by all the drivers. And we're already 7 minutes into this. 23-degree track temperature as well. My apologies, hadn't brought that up already. But yeah, very good conditions for the drivers. And it's 10:30 AM. It might get a degree hotter, but I can't see it getting much hotter than that before the end of this race, certainly. 40 minutes of racing to come after these 13 minutes are done and dusted. Samir Foch taking the fastest lap of the race so far with a 1 minute 29.767, fending off Castorino's 29.792. So yeah, 300ths of a second behind. Absolutely wild. Carrera. Oh, now he is certainly on the back of this one. Lucas Busak. His rear view mirror, we don't get one in that car, of course, unfortunately, so we'll jump on board with Carrera and see what we can see from here. Through Champiarero. That one sends my stomach absolutely cartwheeling. And on the corner exit, is a very nice job by them all. The McLaren, though, absolutely disappearing. Compared to the exit for the Ferrari. Carrera's hanging on though. Oh, Lindblom and Foch swapping positions once again, and they're catching up to Matej Meeks while doing so. The Pixel pilots certainly piloting that Honda very quickly, so it's Honda v Honda v Ferrari as we head out to turn number 3. Meeks leading this little group, trying to work their way further into the top 10 are Lindblom and Foch. Looking to do so at the expense of Meeks. Frey putting in a good time there. Carrera, he is right on the back of Lucas Busak. He'll need to get past him pretty soon if he's going to make any advances towards the top top 2 drivers. Castorino, he's about a second ahead, and you can see the gap that he's got as the cars all making their way through turn number 10. 10 minutes in and we're still on a pretty close order. We're trying to keep the camera stationary and seeing everybody coming through the same corner, which you can see they absolutely are. That is how close the field is at the moment. No way I can keep up with all these names, but that is 36 cars. With actually 2 just off the back, so Kozibek and Bert's just dropping off. Johannes Wass getting a move done on Lyschenko as we're running down the field there, and it looks like he's managed to hold on to that position. Oh, Lyschenko there just getting a bit lively on the entrance curbs there at turn 13, and that will not hold you in good stead, can confirm. We did mention Sir Foch's fastest lap, so we'll go back up to the battles that we've got going on up at the front of the field. We'll go to a slightly wider shot as well. So there we go, Michael Frey leading the chasing pack, but they are losing time now to Castorino. 1.3 seconds ahead he is. Michael Frey in second, and Delphant, you can see absolutely loitering with intent behind the Porsche driver. It's going to be some overtaking move if he's going to make this one stick. Frey is fully committed on this, to say the absolute least. It was a solid overtake he got done to get himself up to second. And there we go, confirmation we're already halfway through the opening race. And it is Amadeo Castorino, championship leader, looking to extend that gap even further here in the first race. And looking to start 15th in the feature race. Michael Frey in second, Eric Delphant third. It is Busak in fourth place, then Carrera's followed by Colbath, followed by Kavaka. Matej Meeks currently in 8th with Lindblom and Samir Foch rounding out the top 10. They're being chased by Van Rossum in 11th, and Kevin Bellick in 12th place. Boucher in 13th, Van der Meer in 14th, and Jens Pluderman in 15th position. Big gap back to the rest of the field where Vashkin is leading a solid train of cars in the turn number 1. as you can see, yep, not scared of the track limits at all. Alexander Wright, has he got to move into turn number 1? No, he does not. Nissan v Nissan. Yeah, that's Shugi trying to take that spot from him. Samir Foch right on the back of Lindblom now, so he has separated himself from Van Rossum. Matija Meeks right on the back of Kavaka, but here is the battle then. Michael Frey, let's jump onto his rear spoiler. Oh no, that is a mistake. That's the second time we've seen him make that mistake there. He's trying to close the door as much as possible, but Delphant, he is going to stride on through. He's got his size 12 skeleton keys attached to the end of the feet. Oh, and he's run wide again through the last corner. It didn't sound like he did much lifting there, so that could be a track limit violation. He's going to need to keep his nose pretty clean for the next 8 minutes. You do not want to pick up a drive-through. He's still on for a podium, as you can see Delphant just ahead of him in the Honda. So Champerero, the Kerbs claiming yet another victim. Oh, and that's Carreras got himself a bit close there. He's had to run himself a bit wide to avoid contact. So he was a bit closer to Busick than he intended. Samir Foch, David Lindblom and Matija Meeks having themselves a cracking little battle still here as well. Decent rear view mirror, so we can jump on with the Honda for a moment, although we might need to get back to Carreras and Busick because that is 310 separating them still. Michael Frey is in all kinds of trouble now. He's almost a second down on Delphant already after that mistake. Can Delphant make any inroads into Castorino's lead? Castorino lapping disturbingly consistently. Just constantly in the 29s. Absolutely incredible pace. Busick and Carreras still within 0.3 of a second, so too are Kolbath and Kavaka for 6th position. Lindblom and Samir Foch still with Matija Meeks. We've also got Galdazinski and Silverio 16th and 17th, only 0.3 separating them, and Vaskin, Mando, Schwartz and Charlie Hall just at the back of this little group in his Red Bull Ferrari, and he's got a great view of the battle. Oh, that's going on ahead. He's almost had a very good view of the back seat of the car ahead of him there, almost collecting a fellow Ferrari, but managed to avoid it. Has dropped him off the drivers. Yep, playing a little bit of game of snake there on their Nokia, trying to shake off the slipstream for the car behind. I often think it's better just to stay in a straight line rather than, oh well, yeah, you're not really going to cook your tyres in a 20-minute race. Possible, but not at 24-degree track temperature, I would have thought. You would have to be very committed to pull off something like that. Delphant took second place, and since doing so he's actually lost 0.3 of a second to Castorino. Oh, Carreras got side by side there. He almost had the position taken. That's that. The McLaren not looking massively planted at the minute. Is surviving though. It's going to be Sir Foch who's going to be hoping to catch up and get involved in this battle if he can, because it is getting close now. Kolbath is catching up to this group, and certainly Sir Foch is absolutely in the hunt with these cars ahead. Definitely better on the brakes than the Honda. It's all about the corner exit though and that top end speed here, and it's all going to be in the favour of the Honda. And as you can see, he does pull that one away nicely. Kavaka though, he has been dragged into this battle along with Romain Kolbath, who is now starting to lose time to the cars ahead. Unsurprisingly, he is absolutely swamped at the minute. He started in yeah, so basically him and Carreras have swapped positions since the start of the race, and it's Kolbath that is now fending off some serious advances from these drivers behind him. Carreras 2 seconds up the road, still piling the pressure on Busick as Castorino still lights up the timing boards at the top of the tower. We've only got 4 minutes left to go. Yes, of course as well. Yep, they can. The drivers can, if they do go off track, if they lip so as not to gain time, then yeah, they will avoid a track limit warning. On some of these curves though, I'm amazed that they don't get more of them. Castorino now 2 seconds ahead. Another absolute masterclass from the championship leader. €2,500 voucher is certainly looking good for him at the moment. Another haul of points. So let's see what Lindblom and Samir Foss are doing. Matija Meeks unwittingly involved. Oh, and he's gone on the inside line. Oh no, he's not there. I thought Lindblom had committed to the overtake there, which is leaving space for Foss to get himself involved. He's certainly looking to go side by side. He's opened up that corner massively to try and get an advantage on the exit. The Pixel Pilots logo looking phenomenal on the front of the car, and an absolute commitment from Sir Foss. Can't find his way around the outside. Yeah, you think the strategy here, he's only got a couple of minutes left to go. If he keeps probing for these overtakes and hoping from his point of view certainly that David Lindblom will then go for a move on Meeks and he can make an overtake on one, if not two of them. He's only got 2.5 minutes left to go. He's got the fastest lap of the race still with a 1 minute 29.7, so he is the fastest driver out on course at the moment. The two Hondas ahead. Oh, and he's again so much better on the brakes as the Ferrari. He's in on the 488. We've got 488s and 296s out on track today. Great seeing the 488 make a resurgence. I absolutely love driving this car. I'm only slightly biased, so it's fine apparently. Down into the last corner once again. That is 12 laps completed for Castorino in the lead. Delphant second, Frey third, Busak, Carrera fourth and fifth with Kalbaka, Meeks, Lindblom and Foss all still in the top 10. Oh, now something's happened there. I looked away at the timing tower and Sir Foss is massively behind the two Hondas ahead. That's not what he'll been hoping for. And certainly Carrera, this is not the position he'll have been hoping for. 4 positions separating him from Castorino, who he is chasing in the championship. This does of course mean there will be Carrera will be 4 positions to the good on Castorino when we start race number 2 as it stands. Carrera though, you can guarantee he is still going to be pushing for this overtake and get himself potentially onto the podium. If he gets that far, it is going to be at the expense of Michael Frey, who is still firmly leading the way there. Foss now a second separates him front and back from any other drivers. We've got Rich Mando, Raphael Schwartz and Charlie Hall still battling away just around about the 20th position mark. Niels Rademacher as well. Now Rademacher, yeah, up 8 spots. So great race for him. Not so much for Andres Berek. He's made back a position, but he is down 13 on where he started, unfortunately. So a tough race for him. Rademacher up 8, Charlie Hall up 6, and Mando up 5 spots. But that was confirmation across the comms that is the leader on the final lap. And what a lead it has been. He is going to take home pole position and the race win from race 1, and he will be afforded the luxury of starting in 15th place for race number 2. A few more of the positions undecided, as David Lindblom is still trying to get past Matija Meeks, not quite got it done yet, and Samir Foss is making back whatever time it was he just coming to the end of sector 2. 14 laps will be completed. Who's going to be where? Oh, has Carrera's finally got the move done on Busick? No, he's not. He is looking so much quicker than the McLaren, but just can't craft out an overtake. Takes a good line on the way into turn 11. Nothing doing on the exit still. Busick absolutely holding his ground. So too is Castorino. We've got Lindblom and Foss. Foss has got right up to the back of these drivers. He has got a point to prove here. He is definitely quicker, as we've just seen. He's closed up so quickly. He's definitely quicker than the two Hondas. but can't quite craft an overtake. Castorino though, he didn't need to do any overtaking. He temporarily lost first place, but he does take the checkered flag for race 1 of round number 8 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series, and will extend his championship lead before we even get into race number 2. Delphant in second place, and Michael Frey rounding out the podium. Busick got 4th with Karekis in 5th, Kolbath in 6th, and Kavaka in 7th position. Matasia Meeks in 8th place, and David Lindblom in 9th, Samir Foch in 10th, Van Rossum and Bellick. We'll get a look at the standings. The drivers all running very close together, but we'll get a look at the full results any moment or two. But confirmation once again that Amadeo Castorino working some more McLaren magic and finding himself back up on the top spot. And again, he will start 15th place in race number 2. Jens Pluderman for the Apex Predators will be starting in 1st place after finishing this one in 15th position. Right, let's see if we can't get this sorted for some results. Yeah, we'll get a look at some of the overtaking action. I will keep an eye on the results and of course the standings page as well, because the standings will be updated, or they usually are updated before we start the next race. So yeah, this is race number 14 of the season. Of course, the 90-minuter last time out was race number 13. That was at the Northslife, one of two 90-minute races that we've got for the series. The Monza race, week 13th of the January, is going to be the finale. We've got the 40 minutes here, of course, still to come. Suzuka, Hungaroring and Paul Ricard all still on the calendar. And the drivers looking to get their hands on the Odez LCD GX headphones for P3, the Metaphysics bundle from Nitro Concepts for P2, and P1 €2,500 voucher to spend on Monza racing equipment, courtesy of CaseKing.de on their website. So yeah, incredible prizes for the drivers to win. Yeah, that is quite the improvement to anyone's setup, that is for sure. Let's have another look at the drivers out on track from the previous race. We'll see a few of the highlights, and we will get the results up in a moment or two. Before we get stuck in straight away to race number 2, of course, reverse order grid, so no qualifying session needed. Top 15 reversed. And yeah, let all the carnage commence. It is going to be an interesting race. Let me grab. Right, okay, yeah, so I think there's going to be a minor delay. There was some penalties handed out there as well. Let's just see. 5 seconds for car number 1. Car 28 got 15 seconds. Car 22 got 5. 18 got 5. And car 24 picking up 15 seconds towards the end of that race. And here we go then. Full confirmation of the results. Castorino, Delfant and Frey on the podium. Busak Karekis in the top 5 with Kolbath, Kavaka, Meeks, Lindblom and Van Rossum in the top 10. Bellick and Boucher 11th and 12th with Van der Meer in 13th against Pluderman in 14th place, and Miguel Silvero in 15th. Galduzinski in 16th with Avashkin, Schranz, Mando and Charlie Hall all finishing in the top 20. Oreskin in 21st with Bruel, Nagy, Cornier and Rademacher inside the top 25. Raphael Schwartz in 26th. Reitz in 27th. And there's a few more of the cars. Everyone did manage to finish the race. A few of the cars a lap down, but they did all make it to the end. Hopefully we'll see some movement on the standings as well once we refresh that. No, so they have not quite changed. There was a couple of results that were missed, so we'll get them up. There is Silvero, that should run through again. There we go. Who did we miss? Oh, wow, Samir Foss finished in 28th. He didn't pick up a penalty. I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyone in the chat know what's going on with Samir Foss? I saw someone in the YouTube asking about him earlier, but yeah, that's he's down as finishing 28th there. And yeah, I can't see a penalty that he's picked up. That is a strange one. Let's see if we can get the standings. Here we go. So we do have an update to the standings. Castorino, unsurprisingly, maintaining and extending that lead. Delfant in second. Karekis now in third place. And Foch in fourth. Waster fifth with Lindblom, Van Rossum, Kavaka and Van der Meer 7th and 9th with Tasia Meeks. Just ahead of Kevin Bellick and Michael Frey. So still very close there. Yeah, very close in the points. But it's the top 3 that'll be hoping to bring home the bacon. We should just about be ready as well, I think, to get ourselves into the next race. So we'll go ahead and jump over the server. In fact, while we do, yeah, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Oh, it was an in-game penalty. Right, okay, so he's picked up an in-game penalty. Oh, and he's dropped down the order. Brutal. That is savage. Yeah, thank you again to everyone that is tuning in and liking, subscribing, following on the YouTube and the Twitch. It massively helps grow the already insanely large organisation. 270,000 drivers fast approaching across the 6 games. Across 3 platforms, so make sure you get signed up on the lowfuelmotorsport.com website. Keep up to date with all the races and get yourself involved in the races as well. And of course you can help support over on the Patreon. Links all there. And for the Discord, get yourself into the Discord. We'll be back in a moment with race number 2. Until then, enjoy one of Boris's bangers. So there we go, we're back out on track in the practice session for the next race, and entirely different conditions. As you can see, it is full wet. No, sorry. Goodness me. Yeah, so we'll get a look at the drivers out in practice, and you can see just how different the conditions are. It's going to get heavier rain in the practice session, so this is going to mirror how the race starts. The track has lost quite a bit of temperature. Yeah, 6 minutes they've got to get used to these conditions. That is going to be fun. Let's see if we have, yeah, everyone piling back in, 35 drivers in already. You'll love to see it. That is Busick out on track. And it'll be interesting to see the reverse order grid. In fact, if we go to results, yeah, so we can see here, reverse engineering, it's going to be Silverio starting in first place, Pluderman in second, Vandermeer and Boucher on row 2, Pelican Van Rossum on row 3, Lindblom and Meeks on row 4, Kavak and Kolbath ahead of Karekas and Busak, Frey and Delfant 13th and 14th, and Amadeo Castorino, of course, starting in 15th position. It's going to be quite the undertaking. Oh, there we go. We can see just how tricky those conditions are for the drivers. We'll get a look at what a few of them have got. Yeah, wet tyres on the car for Sir Foch at the moment. Jens Pluderman, 138.3 he's just set, so that's a basic benchmark time there. He's actually going quicker as well. Now that track is definitely wet. Wow. Shiny, shiny, shiny curbs. Now the only saving grace really is this one is in the morning, so it's not like we're going into the night time where the track is going to instantly get colder. But just trying to get the liveries to work. We'll watch some of the cars out enjoying the weather, and I'll see if I can't get these working. Yeah, not having much joy with the liveries, unfortunately. We will, yeah, give it an extra kick after the broadcast. Michael Frey, who we know to be quick around here, he's done a 36.0 to go top of the practice timing tower. The drivers, of course, are got a mandatory pit stop in the middle of the race. It's going to be interesting to see how they decide to use that, given that it looks like we will have no rain fall from the sky for the last 10 minutes. So it might make it an interesting choice depending on how the rain tapers off. Oh, wow. Yeah, the drivers really struggling to find themselves some grip. Get all these slides out the way and qualify. Whilst the Porsche runs a bit deep in turn 11, it manages to salvage it some way, somehow. That was quite the save. Delphant out in his Honda. So we'll see how he gets on. Well, it's going to be a lot of spray to deal with into turn number 1, that is for sure. Oh, and they really do use the curbs on the exit to turn number 1 as well, so we could see a couple of cars go here or there, do we think, potentially? It's definitely on the cards, that is for sure. And we'll get a look at the confirmed starting order as well. It's just the order from race number 1 with the top 15 reversed. Where is Carrera is in the pits? Yep, Samir Foch is back in. Is Castorino? Oh, there he is there. I'll be in third place, yep, so he's safely made it back in as well. So the session will be coming to an end in a moment or two. In fact, 2 minutes left of that, and then we'll get underway with, as I say, 40-minute race with a 20-minute pit stop window, a mandatory stop required. So 10 minutes in, the pit window opens, and 10 minutes to go, it will close again. So we'll get a manual look at the grid for race number 2. Confirmed Silverio in P1 with Jens Pluderman starting in P2. It's then going to be Van der Meer in third. He'll be joined on row 2 by Jan Boucher. Could definitely be one to watch in race number 2. Kevin Bellick will be starting in 5th place, just ahead of Lauren van Rossen in 6th position. 7th place is going to be David Lindblom in his Honda. He'll be followed by another Honda. It's Matej Meeks, the Alpha Racing team, starting in 8th for this one. João Cavaca, my apologies, another Ferrari. LK Motorsport finding themselves in 9th, just ahead of Romain Kilbath in 10th position. In 11th place, Grantas Carreras, definitely going to be one to watch in this race, with Lucas Busick behind him in 12th position. On row number 7, it's Michael Frey in his Porsche and Eric Delphant in his Honda, with a very wet windscreen. Amadeo Castorino gets to start in 15th place. He'll be joined on row 8 by Goldazinski in his McLaren. Then is Vashkin in the Honda in 17th. 18th place is going to be Simon Schranz in the Ferrari. 19th is going to be Rich Mando in the BMW. Then it's going to be Charlie Hall In 20th position, Racekin. In 21st, Bruel. In 22nd place. 23rd is going to be Ferenc Nagy in the Aston Martin. Then Iannis Cornier, in 24th place. 25th is going to be Niels Rademacher ahead of Raphael Schwartz in 26th position. 27th is going to be Alexander Reutz, and he is going to be sharing row 14 with Samir Foch, having to start in 28th place. 29th is Johannes Wast, with 30th David Sugier. 31st Anton Lischenko. In 32nd place is going to be Cedric Welch. 33rd Michael Deringer. 34th Stefan Kozubek. In 35th place Joshua Curran, and in 36th position Andras Berek, after a tough start to race number 1, bringing up the rear of the grid for race number 2. But it is of course all going to be about what happens up inside the top 15. Looking at the weather, of course, it does say 30 minutes from now there will be no rain. It does say the rain will lessen slightly in 10 minutes. The track is currently full wet, so potential for some changeable conditions for all the cars out there. And in fact, I wasn't even looking. Yeah, quite a lot of them yet. They're all on wet tyres. Oh no, 10 minutes is going to get a lot lighter. Wow, it's going to be changeable rain. It is going to be changeable rain, that is for sure. And that is still on auto. So here we are then. It is round number 8 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series. We're here for race number 2. This is the reverse order grid. It could have huge connotations for the championship. Castorino will be hoping for a solid result, but so too will Grantas Carrera. He now finds himself in 3rd place in the championship. So before race 1 he was in 2nd place, and he has been overtaken by Eric Delfant after Delfant bringing home a strong podium in race number 1. So he needs to finish ahead of Delfant and Castorino if he's going to have any chance of finish ahead of Delfant if he wants 2nd place back, and ahead of Castorino if he does want to push a solid charge to take top spot overall before the end of the season. Still got a few races to go, but yeah, you want to get these points in the bag as early as possible. We still have that. There we go. Oh yes. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Into turn number 1, because it is a very tricky turn number 1 as well, as we've seen. They do like to run wide on the exit because you can run right out on that green stuff. Expend a speed token or 2, although Samir Foch certainly a cautionary tale at this point after picking up that penalty right at the end of race number 1. That sees him well down the order on where he could have potentially been starting. We are on to the start-finish straight. The warm-up lap is over. There is a green light. It's foot down. It's flat out, and it is flying into turn number 1 as Pluderman and Silverio go hammer and tong and almost swapping positions there. We've got Simon Schwartz making up a spot called Bath, and Jan Boucher managed to send it. Oh, and he's had a wiggle. He's run wide. And that is Jan Boucher is going to tumble down the order. He's going to lose a few places there. He tries to come fighting back at the Hondas. Oh, and that's Grantis Carracas. It's just all... Was that Carracas? Surely that wasn't Carracas with that rejoin. Oh, Castorino, it is. Carracas is in all kinds of trouble. He's had an absolute nightmare start, and he now finds himself side by side with race 1 winner Carracas, 11th position. We'll get a look at his incident in a moment. He is car number 1. Oh, and there's nothing. There's nothing on the incident board there. I'm not sure what's going on, but it did look like Carracas was off track. Whatever's happened, he is in 11th. Castorino is already up to 12th place. He's had an absolutely lightning start. And Jens Pluderman has made that overtake stick. He's got the job done on Miguel Silverio. He is now in the lead with Kevin Bellick. Up 2 spots to make it up to 3rd place. Jan Boucher, he has lost 2 spots. He's managed to get the car running again, but that was very close to a few more positions getting lost. And Michael Frey has had an absolute rocket of a launch off the out of the gates, and he finds himself in 7th place. He's made it up 6 spots, so he's gone past Carracas handsomely. At the moment. Where is the other car I'm looking for? We've got Castorino, of course, who is our championship leader. We've got Carracas chasing him, but where is Eric Delfant? As meets Carracas, Castorino. Oh, Van der Meer. Oh, and that's a big incident there. Ferrari on Honda action. Vaskin and Van der Meer tumbling down the order. Cavaca as well has dropped down to 10th place. And Delfant. Wow, okay, we're going straight to a replay if I can find one for him. Yep, Delfant incident. Bear with me a moment. Let me just see if we can make this work. Replay. Oh, we almost missed it there. Oh, big contact ahead. Wrong place, wrong time. Wow. Manages to hold the 180. What a... Oh my goodness. I was about to declare that the save of the century there, and he just ends up an absolute roadblock through no fault of his own at all. We're going to watch that again, because what a save that is. As you can see, nothing he can do here. Car spinning every place. He gets it around 180. He's going car across the front, car to the left, car to the right, and then takes another impact. And there is the view that he's got. You've got to hold your brakes in these situations as he watches the entire field make their way past. That is an absolute horror show start for Eric Delfant. It's played right into the hands, though, of Grantis Carracas as Cavaca is tumbling further down the order. Delfant's just made back a spot. We've got overtaking going on up at the front, though. It's all over the place. Carracas is now... Oh, Tasia Meeks has got a move done on Amadeo Castorino. He has indeed. He's got that one done. And Grantis Carracas is now chasing Romain Kilbath, and he's got the move done there. Oh, Kilbath is off track. So Kilbath massively off track. He instantly loses another 2 positions, and Lawrence Van Rossum might get involved in this battle. Yep, he absolutely is. Why on earth not? There's Lucas Busak, one of the McLarens we saw spinning early doors. He is now running in 12th place. Van Rossum and Kilbath almost in full contact mode. Up at the front, Kevin Bellick is now up to 2nd place. Silverio down 2 positions. Bellick up 3. So the Lambo absolutely lightning running in the rain and all over the back. So a battle for the top spot in the race going on at the moment. Grantis Carracas from 7th place to set an early fastest lap, a 36.6. We will see improvements on that over this stint. 10 minutes now, rain be gone, and that's it to the end. I think we're going to see drivers, that's a very easy tyre choice for them. Run till the track gets damp and come in and put a slap on a set of slicks, and you are laughing. Where is Amadeo Castorino? He's still behind Tasia Meeks, more importantly for him, though, ahead of Kilbath and Van Rossum. Jan Boucher, a little bit of bump drafting from Michael Frey. There was a little bit of contact there, I think, as Carracas. Oh, and that's a big wiggle there. There's no momentum out of the corner there for Jan Boucher, and Frey is going to make that move, and Carracas is going to follow him through. He is indeed. Jan Boucher couldn't find any traction there, and it's cost him 2 positions. Frey and Carracas both through. I'm sure that's a lot quicker than Carracas was thinking he was going to get an overtake done there, but he now moves onwards and upwards, and it's Michael Frey now ahead of him. Frey, of course, finishing on the podium in the last race. Or just off the podium, sorry. So yeah, himself and Carracas both looking to bring home more points in race number 1. Lindblom now all over the back of Silverio, who started in first place but is struggling to keep pace with the rest of the drivers in the top 10 at the moment, and certainly Lindblom looking to be the next to get an overtake done there. Carracas still in 6th position and all over the back of Frey. We've also got Eric Delfant looking to make himself a comeback, or gather a comeback. He's only down 5 positions now, so he has gained back quite a few spots. He's been followed through by Alexander Reitz, who's got himself up to 20th position. So a good start for Reitz as well. We do have also Johannes Wass, a good start, and looking for some positions in Lyschenko. Another good start to the race. We've got Rich Mando ahead, and Mando, oh, they're going to go 3 wide. He sends that full up the inside. Old school Aston Martin, but he's done himself a disservice. That looks to be Samir Foch, I believe. Some more swapping and changing. Oh no, my apologies. Samir Foch, wow. Look at this group of cars. No, there is Samir Foch's Ferrari there. He's made it up 16. Rademacher up 10 and Schwartz up 10 as well, but Samir Foch carving through the field in these early stages, 16 places. That puts him in a very good position as we're coming into the pit stop phase, which will be in about 2.5 minutes, unbelievably. We've already had 8 minutes of racing. Oh, the Aston getting very close, and it's a bit of side-by-side door banging going on as Yugi goes past Iannis Cornier. Or does he? Sends it around the outside and holds on to that one. Very nicely done. Derringer, Beric, Schranz and Kozubek dueling out for 28th position. Let's see how the race lead looks. It still looks like it's Jens Pluderman followed by Kevin Bellick, followed by Silverio, and it's now Carracas up into 4th place. Castorino's up to 8th position. Jan Boucher down 10. Cavaca down 8 spots as well, so he's dropped down the order. Not as much as Van der Meer though, down 33 positions. We'll definitely not be singing in the rain after this one. Let's see what Matej Meeks has got in the way of defence. Oh, and is it going to be enough? It is not. That is a very nice move by Castorino, and that's why he's leading the championship and won more races than anyone else in the series so far. That is very nicely done indeed. Now puts himself between the two Hondas. Castorino up to 7th place. Carracas in 4th. Kevin Bellick certainly still in the hunt for the race lead. He's got the Apex Predators Jens Pluderman ahead of him. The both of them lap it. In fact, Bellick is slightly quicker over the single lap, but not able to get an overtake done at the moment. We're 50 seconds away from the pit window. Track is still damp. We're down to 21 degrees. And we're 40 seconds away from the pit window. Do the drivers wait until the track is damp before they come in, or do you just cook yourself a set of softs? Really preheat them before you bring them out on track. And yeah, try and get yourself to the end. Oh, he's gone. Jens Pluderman absolute sideways in the last corner, and that's how easily it can go wrong. Oh, and he's 15 seconds away from coming into the pit. Silverio looks like he might be getting back up to 3rd place. Grantis Carracas cannot believe his luck right now. That has played right into the hands of Carracas into turn number 1. That slide has brought them right back together. Yeah, giving Bellick the lead of the race. There is the pit window open. Van der Meer has already been in. We'll see if anyone else comes in. Time to bring LFM on console. Let's go, guys. We need you on call. Yeah, that would certainly be good. Yeah, you're right enough, yeah. No ACC console races, sorry, I don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, that would be good. Definitely get them on. Get more drivers involved. Rain stopped. The rain has stopped. I think we all know what the interview questions are going to be at the end of the race. Let's see what the race leader does. Galdazinski has come in to the pits. First driver to do so during the pit window. Bellic is just coming out of Champiarero, so he's coming towards the last corner now. We'll see if he decides to come into the pits. And he does not. No, so the track... Oh no, it's gone to damp. So the track has gone to damp, but obviously the wet tyres still okay out there, or the driver's certainly feeling so. Yep, you can see it's definitely drier than it was at the start, that's for sure. The track a lot less reflective. The curbs, certainly not. Actually, yeah, no, you wouldn't take a set of dry tyres out on those curbs. It's not worth the risk, especially if everyone else is staying out. This is the beauty that a couple have got. Carrera might need to pull the trigger though, if he feels he's getting held up. He's got Michael Frey just behind him and Amadeo Castorino comfortably inside the top 10 now, up to 7th. He does still have Matasia Meeks trying to give him a run for his money there. The Honda not quite close enough that time. We've seen a few times this season drivers finishing podium race 1 and race number 2. We might see a repeat of that here, although Grantis Karekis is going to have a firm word to say about that. So too Michael Frey. We'll see how they get on. Again, pit stops are going to be all important here. They're going to need to be as slick as possible through there. An absolute uniform 0.3 of a second. And is he moving over on the wetter part of the track, or is he just trying to break the slipstream? That is the fastest lap for Bellic. So as the track is drying, the Lamborghini is enjoying the conditions. Silverio is under serious pressure, and that is a... Oh yes, Pluderman, I think he's lost time someplace. Pluderman had absolutely no momentum out the last corner there. I don't know if he's had a bit of a wiggle or what, but Grantis Karekis has, he'll not be caring what it is. He is absolutely getting fired in. He is going to force the issue. Absolutely beautiful move, and Michael Frey is of course going to follow him through as well. That is some driving in the damp conditions. 16 minutes left at the pit window, and now I wonder if that'll change Karekis' pit strategy. We're up to 22 degrees, so the track is going to get drier quicker. There was a few moments ago, and the heat in the tyres will be helping with that one as well. So we will see a few of the drivers, I think, moving over onto the wetter part of the track. Oh, and he's going for it again, Karekis. He's got the move done on Silverio, as easy as you like. The Lexus just running that little bit wide, and Silverio, is he going to manage to fight back? No, he's not. Frey unable to follow him through on this occasion, but it might not be too many corners before he does. Positions it right on the outside. Is he going to go for the cutback or hold the outside line? He does just hold the outside line, looking for the momentum. The Porsche is always going to have an uphill battle racing a Lexus in a straight line, and you can see why. The Ferrari is as well. Wow, so Karekis pulling right over onto the inside line. The Lexus was flying there. It really does move on the Porsche, so much more nimble. And Frey trying to force the issue. Oh, and did they make contact there? I think they did ever so slightly, just the slightest of touches. A little bit of door banging there as well. Oh, and he's run wide, and it's cost them both time and many positions in that. was potentially not the most astute of moves by Silverio. It might have just been a lack of grip. But he's closed the door there. They've made contact, and that has put Michael Frey right in the mix with Amadeo Castorino. Just what he needs at the halfway mark of the race. This is not what he'll have been planning, and there's a bit of door banging there as well. They're absolutely going for it. No quarter given nor asked in the rain. Maybe because the rain can wash away the evidence. I'm not sure. Remco Bath and Matija Meeks getting a beautiful view of what's going on there as well. And Kevin Bellick in the Lambo is absolutely flying. Although, now let's talk about Eric Delfant. He's made back 4 places since we last looked in on him. Currently running in 15th place, so almost back to where he started, and he's setting the fastest laps in the race. He's just done a 35.5. So that's some good running there. And Samir Foch as well. Biggest gain in the race. The 16 places he made up at the start. He's still got all of those in his pocket, and he's got Lucas Busak just ahead of him as we see more side-by-side madness out of the last corner. Oh, it's Charlie Hall coming into the pits, in fact. So that's Hall in the pits. Vashkin is in as well. I don't think we've seen many others in. No, Van der Meer has been in. Galdazinski came in at the start. It wasn't during the pit window, so he will need to come back in again. And apologies, I forgot to put the mandatory stop sign up. So here we go. Oh wow, it is all the action all the time. These two Hondas are an almighty battle in race number 1, and they're looking to continue here as Amadeo Castorino still trying to get his way past Michael Frey. Cole Bath is now separating the Hondas. He's got himself involved and he's got the overtake done. They were a bit indecisive, and Lindblom almost losing out to Cole Bath as well there. So Cole Bath looking very quick as it is. Karekis up to 2nd place. After that move on Silverio, and he's holding on to it very nicely indeed. Let's see what kind of lap time. 35.5, and he takes the fastest lap of the race, 62 hundredths quicker. Let's see what's going on behind though, because it's Castorino who is chasing Michael Frey. Silverio trying to shake off the slipstream. Michael Frey trying to fend off Castorino. He's taking the inside line. Oh no, doesn't get it done there, and it is Pluderman, Lindblom, Colbath, Meeks, Van Rossum, Busak and Samir Foch who are all chasing through. And yes, Sir Foch catching up as well. That 12th place Jan Boucher is now settled into 13th after dropping 9 at the start. As I say, yeah, 13th place there. Raphael Schwartz comes into the pits, or he's in the pits, as Rich Mando with a bit of damage is coming into the pits. So yeah, I think we will constantly see at least one car in the pits from now until the end of the race, because the track, in fact, we're probably going to see a mad rush as we see a Honda make a mad rush up the inside. Doesn't make that stick against the Apex Predator car, but Lindblom certainly pushing the boat out, trying to get that overtake done. Pluderman down 4 on where he started from. Was up to 1st place at one point for quite a while, but now all he's under is severe pressure. Colbath, Meeks and Van Rossum not too far behind. Anyone up at the front deciding to come in, that'll be a sharp no from Bellick. It's going to be Karekis coming through. Silverio comes past the pit entry as well. Once again, Silverio moving out of the way to not give away any slipstream in the background. They are exchanging slipstream. The Honda, the Pixel Pilot's Honda, pulling over. Colbath following him. Matija Meeks holding his line, and it is Meeks that looks like he's got the advantage into turn number 2. He was very close indeed. In fact, they're all very close again. David Lindblom smack bang in the middle of all this. Oh, and yes, Pluderman a bit lively on the curve out of turn number 4. Does manage to hold on to it. We've got blue flags here as well. Some of the cars that have taken their pit stop, they're now being caught up to by the top 10. Oh, and he's gone for the switchback there potentially. Or he was handed a switchback there potentially. As it is, Lindblom getting the move done. No, he's not. They're side by side. We do have a couple of penalties coming in as well. I didn't keep up with them very well in the first race. Let's see what we've got in race number 2. So car 10, oh, quite a few penalties. So Van der Meer, he has actually served a 5-second penalty. We also had a penalty for car 21, who are no longer in the race, unfortunately. Oh no, wait a minute. Sorry, Joshua Kunin has picked up a 5-second penalty. Car 6 got a warning and then a penalty. So there was a warning administered to Michael Frey for avoidable contact, but then he got a 10-second penalty, so no wonder he's driving like he stole that thing. He's got 10 seconds to overturn in the pit stops. Wow, car 22 picked up a penalty. Hopefully he's been coming up on screen. I know that is a bit of an issue now and again, but 15 seconds for Rich Mando. There was another penalty coming in for car 21 as well. So multiple penalties for Joshua Kunin, unfortunately, and then another 5-second penalty for Michael Frey. So he's currently carrying 15 seconds of penalties. There's so many penalties coming in. Car 5 got a 5-second penalty. That's David Lindblom, so he's going to be stationary for the next 5 seconds. We had a 5-second penalty come in for car 23. Car 36 got a 10-second penalty. That's Yanis Cornier. Cars 29 and 33, sorry, picking up penalties as well. So that is Nagy picking up the 5 seconds, as well as Nicholas Bruel picking up 5 seconds as well. So wow, those penalties are really going to change some of these standings, especially here. Oh, as Castorino comes into the pits. The sun has got his hat on. The track is going to be drying, and it is Castorino who's thrown the dice. Meeks and Van Rossum, Jan Bucherka, Vaca and Delphant all following him into the pits. So big changes there. Kevin Bellick still ahead of Grantis Karekas. That gap now at 2 seconds though. Kolbath, Kluderman and Lindblom, they have stayed out. Now I'm assuming they're all going to have to come dashing in here to fend off the undercut. We've got 6 minutes left, so still plenty of time on the pit timer. But yeah, now it's just all about how much time you could potentially lose being on the wrong tyre. Oh, Rich Mando. Oh, he's had a big off track. I would guesstimate a bit of wet curb his undoing. Let's have a look and see. That's results, that's replay. Yeah, so across the start finish line, his first flying lap on the dry tyres. And yep, there we go. And that is a big bop on the nose there. So that's a BMW now carrying damage as well as those penalties. Let's see. Silverio in the pits. Foch has stayed out. Bellick, Karekas, Frey and Lindblom have all stayed out. Castorino has come back out in 16th position. With all the cars ahead of him still to pit. 4 of them are in there. He's got Meeks, Van Rossum have come out 17th and 18th. Jan Boucher's back out in 20th behind Stefan Kozubek in the old Aston Martin. Let's see if Bellick decides to come in. He's just done a 36.6, so the lap times are definitely dropping off. He's been as low as 35.5. So too has Carrera. Carrera within a second and a half. Both of those penalty free. Michael Frey, of course, losing out those positions because of the penalties that he had. We'll see how detrimental that has been once everyone else has been into the pits. Lots of chopping and changing on the tower as more cars come past the cars that are in the pit. More cars coming into the pits. There's Jan Boucher. Oh, he's been overtaken by Colbath. So Colbath is coming out of the pits absolutely flying. Oh, bit of net code there. And it's full send by Boucher. And he's managed to hold on to that. He is slightly crabbing. Hopefully that's not happening for the drivers. Bellick comes in. Frey comes into the pits as well. So again, he's got 15 seconds. Which is almost half the time, over half the time that you're stationary for a standard pit stop. So it's going to extend his pit stop by 50%. Castorino is just coming through turn 11. He's got Champiarero and then the final corner to go, and he's going to make back another big chunk of positions. Samir Foch is still stationary. We've got Kevin Bellick on the move. Lindblom stationary. Rademacher stationary as well. Carrera 36.1. We'll see what Castorino. Oh, he's just done a 34.5. Carrera needs to pit. Has he left this a lap too long? 36.1, and as I just said, is Castorino just done a 34.5, so it's 1.6 seconds quicker on the dry tyre. The track is now at greasy, so yeah, no excuse at all. And in fact, 12 minutes left of the race, so Carrera's going for a monster first stint, but that is him now into the pits. Bellick is back out. He is through turn 6. Castorino is chasing him down. There's only 7 seconds between them. So much going on through here as well. Colbath in 9th place. Delphant behind Samir Foch. These two having an almighty tussle with Lindblom right at the back of it all. He's got Kavaka just ahead of him. Michael Frey back out in 15th position. And yeah, Carrera, the last driver to take his pit stop. Whoa, bit of a wiggle there. The track is still a bit greasy, so they do need to be ever so slightly careful, as the Lexus of Silverio will only get himself back involved in a battle with Lindblom, and this time the other way around. Does manage to fend him off. He doesn't manage to get that overtake done. Carrera in the pits. There's Lindblom across the start-finish line as Carrera is rolling. He's in pit box number 1. We call that the Jixer box. First one in the server. Pit box 1. Bellick back out in the lead of the race. Castorino's just done a 33.9, and he has got the gap down to 2.1 seconds. Wow, all about that pit strategy. If only someone had said that. Eric Delphant, João Kavaka, David Lindblom and Miguel Silverio going absolutely hammer and tong. Samir Foch leading this battle at the minute. He's looking to hold on to P10 after what can only be described as a nightmare end to race 1. Saw him have a worldie of a start to race number 2. He made up 16 places at the start of the race. He's made 3 up since we first saw that. So yeah, 18 places in total. 3 of those places were in the 3 laps on the way leading to the pit stop. That is Eric Delphant, who is looking to retain second place in the championship at the moment. Is going straight back to Grantas Carrera, who is up in second place. Oh, and Delphant takes the inside line there. That didn't look like much of a defence put up there by Sir Foch, and it is. Get the onboard. There is the Honda in front. So yeah, that is Delphant back up another position. So he's up to 10th place, and that is the pit window closed. as Amadeo Castorino sets another fastest lap, 1 minute 33.0, another 9/10 quicker. The gap between himself and Carrera is down at 4/10 on where it was, so he's 1.8 seconds now away. Van Rossum all over the back of Matej Meeks. That's a great drive by Van Rossum as well. Up 6 places. Dropped down the field to 11th place, but is back up to 6th position, which is a great recovery drive. Silverio, of course, started in P1. On Bosch in the pits. Oh, he's not picked up a stop go. Samir Foch. Yeah, very confused, Mr. Foch. He's dropped there, but he doesn't seem to be moving. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. Lucas Busak is setting the time on boards light. He's just done a 32.7. Delphant's done a 32.3. 8 minutes to go. Yeah, the track is now green as we see some action ahead. Oh, it's Busak trying to find his way past Pluderman. Not able to get that one done. Lindblom and Matej Meeks are all over the back of João Cavaco. He could well have a say and how the race finishes between the two Hondas behind them, and of course that is Silverio in the Lexus. Let's see what Lucas Busak is doing. That is Van Rossum. This is Lucas Busak. He is right behind Jens Pluderman. They've got a second back to Boucher. Wow, Castorino is moving at a clip. He's done a 32.4 on his previous lap there, 32.9 for Carrera. The gap now only 3/10 of a second. And it is certainly going to be an interesting one for the next 7 minutes. Kevin Bellick is 3 seconds ahead of both of them. Is he about to bring home his first race win of the series? He's got 7 minutes left to do so, and I tell you, he will be praying that Carrera can fend off Castorino for as long as possible. Castorino did temporarily set the fastest lap, but then Castorino has absolutely blown it out the water by a country mile, 1 minute 31.4. He is absolutely destroying these laps. Well, as the blue flag just getting out of the way there. Castorino still applying the pressure. Is it a case of when rather than if? I mean, Carrera is an absolute world there. All Kevin Bellick knows is he is in the lead by 3 seconds, and the closer these two remain, the closer he will get to a race win. Busak, Boucher and Pluderman are battling away for 5th position. So battles emerging in similar places as to race number 1. Just obviously a slightly longer format. We've had another warning coming in and a 5-second penalty for car number 7. Oh, now we've lost a car. Yes, we are actually down to 1 car, unfortunately. Please, maybe 1 lap on board. Yeah, we can do a lap on board. Is there any particular driver you would like to be on board with? Or will we pick... Tell you what, we'll get someone involved in a battle. So we can get to see cars in the front. That's Nierka on YouTube, but absolutely, especially as you said, please. that will always go a long way with the commentary team. So yeah, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for the pleas, and yes, we can jump on board for a lap. We'll keep an eye, as I say, on this battle here, although we should actually, you know what, let's do Castorino. Sorry, Castorino and Carrera. This is for second and third place. This is for championship honours. Carrera, his dream scenario now would be to get ahead of Bellic and keep Castorino in third place to try and claw back some points to close the gap on Castorino. At the moment he is looking to retake second in the championship, back from Eric Delphant. Delphant currently down in 9th place. He's got 2.5 seconds to make up to Kilbath with 4 minutes 20 left on the race clock. So we'll see if he can scrape together any more points. Bouncing over the curves once again. And that has bounced away the Ferrari. And out with the last corner. That is a solid move by Carrera. He's doing everything right to keep Castorino behind him, and they are now closing in. Carrera sets the fastest lap with a 30.6, a 30.9 for Castorino. So that's the first time we've seen Carrera set a fastest lap and actually get to keep it. Castorino hasn't stolen it away instantly. They are both moving considerably quicker than Kevin Bellic ahead. Wow, all that extra steering input. These cars are on absolute ice. Esports setups. It's absolutely wild. Oh, that's a good exit by the both of them into the infield section here. Heading round to Crazy Man's Alley. I don't know what you call this section of the course, but it is yeah, absolutely not for the faint of heart, that is for sure. Just that little downhill. Amber heads off to the right hand side, and then it's the complete opposite as you head uphill, almost level, and then we're heading into Champeterrero. The drivers have to be fully committed over this left hand set of curbs that we're about to go across. So here, throw over to the right, and then on this left hand curb the car bounces all over the place. Hope for the best, which to me that is very much what it looks like, and that is how that is done. Gathering the car up, I believe they say. And that is a good exit, but it is a better exit by Carrera, and he is now within, or he's certainly getting to within striking distance. 2 minutes left to go, so they're going to have a couple of laps left this and then one more. So it is, time is running out for Carrera, but it is certainly running out in the gap between the two of them. Absolutely no problem, Nierka. We've got Castorino 1.5 down. Yes, Pluderman is on the back of Jan Boucher, who is losing position. Silverio and Matejka Meeks are still pretty close as well. Lashenko all the way back is Cedric Walsh, and Sugi in 28th position is given Ferenc Nagy after the penalties for Nagy. That's thrown him right back to the wheels, and these this McLaren and Honda certainly looking very quick. Oh, and that's a battle for the lead taking place at the moment. It always happens. It's Carrera that's got the job done. Let's see if we can't spot how that was done. Hopefully we get a look here. Oh, Carreras with a yellow flag though. We maybe shouldn't have gone to the replay. So, Kevin Bellic at this point is in first place. Oh, did look a bit tentative into turn number 2 there. That's not the best way to fend off Carreras. Oh, he looks very quick there indeed. Wow, what a corner exit again. He signalled he was having a look up the inside there. And in fact, I don't think we're going to get to see the overtake on this replay, unfortunately. But you can see just how much Carreras is all over the back of him. He is definitely the quicker of the two, and he has taken the lead of the race. It is the last lap of the race. It is Carreras in first, Bellic in second, and Castorino, the championship leader, currently running in third place. So again, this is best case scenario for Carreras. Well, best case scenario is Castorino to finish outside the top 10, I suppose, but I'm sure he will settle. Oh, big wiggle. No, we're all good. Yep, Honda getting out of the way for the blue flag. Doesn't have want involved in the lead podium battle. They've got another few cars ahead of them as well. Are we going to see... Oh, turn 8, so they're heading into the infield section. Carrera to go. Absolutely hammering that car over at the left-hand side there. Castorino using as much of the tyres as possible, but it's Carrera who is holding on. Let's see what they can do through Carrera. They've got more blue flag traffic to deal with as well. Yep, bouncing over the curbs nicely. Now, hopefully this all goes according to plan. Carrera is going to go side by side with the back marker out of the last corner. He is going to take the checker flag and a win in race number 2 of round number 8. A phenomenal drive by everyone here today, and it's Carrera in 1, Bellic in 2, and Castorino will strengthen his grip on the championship with a P3 ahead of Van Rossum and Busick. 4th and 5th, Colbath in 6th, Boucher in 7th, and Delphant taking 8th place. What a recovery that is from Delphant. He was down in 19th at one point. In fact, further than that, Pluderman, Cavaca rounding out the top 10 with David Lindblom and Matija Meeks at 11th and 12th, Silverio in 13th, Frey after all those penalties finishes in 14th position, and Schwartz rounding out the top 15 as everyone makes their way across the line. Well, it is Grantas Carracas. Fairly successful evening's racing for the young lad, bringing home an absolutely solid race win there. And yeah, as I say, that should be enough to see him retake. Let me grab what I can. Yeah, that should be enough to see him retaking 2nd place. It goes to show you just how close it is. Delphant will be kicking himself. Although, as far as recovery drives go, that was some pretty impressive stuff. Right, we'll get the results up. We'll have a quick chat with the drivers as well, I believe. Nierka cheering on there. Yep, Carracas wins, and what a win it was. Already, I'll tell you what we'll do. Yeah, we'll pop a replay up. Let me just jump into the chat. I like to save the bandwidth. Get the audio. There we go. And we will get straight on with our interviews. He's not only fast on track, he is rapid into the interview waiting room as well. It is no wonder he is leading the championship with so many race wins. Another phenomenal couple of podiums for him this evening. It is the almighty Amadeo Castorino joining us once again. Good evening, Amadeo. Quite the performance tonight. Back-to-back podiums once again, and changeable weather conditions in race 2, just to keep it that extra bit spicy with the reverse order grid. How was that race for you, my man?
Good evening. Yeah, race 2 was quite... everything was happening. At the start there is a huge crash literally in front of me, and luckily I reacted fast enough to avoid it. And yeah, I'm a bit pissed off because I think I could won that race because I nailed the strategy a lot by pitting early for dry tires. Since I gained like 6 seconds on Carracas that was P2. Because yeah, I lost a lot of time with Frey because he was defending like super hard without any big reason, I think, because he has 15 seconds of penalty. But well, that's racing, but you know, it's a bit frustrating when it's happening to you. But yeah, it's racing.
Indeed, yeah, and I was going to ask, the strategy call tonight was an interesting one. I mean, everyone certainly had to be on tender hooks with the strategy given the changeable weather conditions. So what was the factor for you to bring in that tyre change when you did in the race?
Well, I just I saw that there was a drier line on the track, so I thought about like dry tires, they can start to work decently, and also wet tires were starting to drop the pace, and also I was losing some second every lap because of the battle with Frey. So I was like, oh, well, I will not lose anything anyway. I think it will be faster even if the races aren't perfect still. But yeah, the races were already good enough, and also they waited a bit too much in front to pit as well, because they pitted like 2-3 laps later than me. So I was able to gain a lot. The first lap probably didn't gain it much. Probably it was almost same pace as wet tires. Then second and third lap I was gaining 2-3 seconds a lap. So yeah, good one.
Yeah, yes it was. Wonder about the strategy from the rest of the drivers. And the reverse order grid and with the mixed weather tonight, how much was tonight's race, would you say, with the changeable conditions in reverse order grid? Is that the type of race you think, you know what, I really enjoyed being a part of that, it's a solid race? Or do you prefer it a bit more easier on the conditions?
No, that's good. It's funny, like, because you have more thing happening. Like, it's funny unless you are your race is over for something bad. But you know, today we'll say it's funny because I had a good comeback as well. But yeah, it's fun anyway when you have to adapt yourself to different conditions, nail the strategy. Also, I was quite confident with dry tires on the slippery condition. I was going quite fast. Then on the last laps I dropped a bit of pace because probably had more graining than Carrera and Belic, I think is the name. Because yeah, since I pitted 3 laps earlier when there was more, still a bit of water on track, like probably my front tires grained more than they, and last laps my pace wasn't quite there, but I mean it's more what I gained on the first laps than what I lost at the end. So still a good call.
Yeah, phenomenal. Back-to-back podiums, no mean feat in these lobbies. That is Valencia out of the way. We've got Suzuka coming up, and you've got a strong grip on the championship, Amadeo. How are you feeling going into the next few races? And Suzuka especially, of course.
Suzuka, unfortunately, I will not do it because I'm not there.
Okay.
So it will be a drop round. It's quite unfortunate because it's one of my favorite track. And okay. So yeah, next tracks for me will be like Hungaroring, I think, and then I don't remember. I remember last time it's Monza.
Yeah, Hungaroring and Paul Ricard, yeah.
The Hungaroring and Monza I like it. Paul Ricardo not much, but it's always fun with the battles, with the long straight, and the track it's quite wide, so we will see.
Yeah, well, huge congratulations again. Just far too much talent for one man to have, Amadeo. I'm going to need to get you checked for USB slots in your armpits, I think. And another round where you have extended your lead over the top of the table. So huge congratulations from a massive fanboy, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. There we go then. Amadeo Castorino brought himself home 2 podiums. Now joining us, race winner from race number 2. He started race 1 in 2nd in the championship, started race 2 in 3rd in the championship, and he's back to 2nd in the championship. He's yo-yoed in the championship almost as much as he did in those 2 races. Grantas Kurekas joins us now. Good evening, Grantas. How was tonight's race? It's been quite the haul for you over the 3 races so far. Not too shabby a showing. 2 wins out of 3. It's not a bad night's work. Do we have Grantas with us? He's having a bit of an issue with his mic. Let me just see if we can get that working. There we go, he's jumped out. Hello! Yeah, no, still can't hear anything, Grantas, unfortunately. Tell you what, let me jump into the interview room with you and see if that works. Oh, you can't speak in that channel. Of course you can't. Right, okay. We'll see if I can get Grantas in. His microphone, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be working. Good evening, everyone from the German channel as well, from the raid. Carrera is from Lithuania, says Nierka. This is my country. Carrera is an absolute worldie of a driver. Another one I'm a huge fan of. It doesn't look like he's going to get his... Oh no, here we go. Nope, he's disappeared again. Yeah, we need to get him to jump into the interview room. It will say suppressed in there, but he should be okay when he jumps up here. We'll give him a moment or two. We've run right down the pro standings, as you can see. We'll get a look back at the top of them, of course. Where we can see it is... Oh no, map. Oh, so they've not... Sorry, the standings still haven't been updated. Right, Grantas, let's get you in here. Good evening,
Hello.
Grantas. There we go.
Finally.
Talk about making an entrance, Grantas. My goodness gracious me. No. I do jest. But yeah, phenomenal night's racing for you, Grantas. I mean, didn't all go your way in race 1 of the Case King Pro Series, but certainly race 2, that worked out not too badly at all, bringing home the race win and putting a car between yourself and Castorino up at the top of the tables. How was race 1 and 2 for you tonight?
Yeah, race 1 obviously difficult, especially after such a quali. You know, if you mess up a quali, you're pretty much done in Valencia, especially in a Ferrari, the car that does not have any straight line speed. So yeah, I had to make an aggressive move at the start if I wanted something to happen. Didn't work out, unfortunately, so I got penalized for it. So I just focused on the second race. I saw it started raining, and I know that Ferrari is quite strong and capable in these conditions. So, you know, even though I didn't practice at those conditions before the race, but I was still confident. And yeah, it played to my favor. Won the race almost by like half a second. So yeah, pretty happy with that result in the second race at least.
Yeah, I would say so. And I've got to ask you about your strategy. We saw Amadeo coming in quite a few laps before you. The track was definitely developing towards the dry tyre. What was your motivating factor to stay out for so long?
Well, I know that it's gonna be drying track for the after 15 minutes into the race. So and because it's like cold temps, so I know it's gonna be drying out quite slowly, which kinda was, but I thought it was gonna be even slower. So I pitted a bit too late, I would say. I still had a lot of fuel in the car, so you know I wanted to stay out as long as possible. But it turns out it was a bit too late by a lap, I would say, because I also messed up my pit stop. So I think perfect for being to pit right behind the leader in the Lambo.
Yeah, Kevin Bellick, he did well in that Lambo. I tell you, he was running away with it up at the front. He was putting in some serious laps. I mean, that end of the race there, for me myself, I would absolutely melt under the pressure. You've got your main rival in the championship chasing you, and you've got a quick Lamborghini ahead of you. What were you thinking with the last 3 laps to go? Was it a case of a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, try and hold on to second? Or, I mean, it's a silly question to ask someone like yourself, but I'm assuming that the race win was always on your mind with Bellick ahead of you in the Lambo.
Yeah, of course, for sure, especially before pitting, because I was only 1 second behind him.
Yep.
And after the pits I was 4 seconds, so yeah, that was no ideal. I thought that was over. I just hold the P2 behind ahead of Castorino, but the pace difference was quite huge. I was surprised. It was very hard to actually get used to these conditions because I was struggling quite a lot at the start of the second stint. That's why Castorino was so much quicker than me, and he was on the back of me, almost got me as well. So yeah, obviously, you know, caught up to Lambo in the last few laps, and I thought like I didn't want to battle as much, because if you fight for too long, you know, if 2 people battle, third usually wins. So I didn't want to come to that. So I really had to make the move stick very, very soon, which I did. So I was very, very happy about it, and finished on P1, and of course Bellick also P2, which helps a bit in the championship.
It does, yeah, and yeah, it's exactly like you say. You've got, you've just got to get it done sometimes. I'm just looking to see if we do have the updated standings. Not quite, but I do I'm pretty sure you are back up to second place. We'll leave the results up. Amadeo said he isn't going to be here for Suzuka. How are you looking forward to Suzuka? And indeed, we've got Hungaroring and Paul Ricard quickly after. How's Grantas feeling in the Ferrari ahead of those three?
Yeah, difficult tracks. Suzuka, Hungaroring, Paul Ricard, all of them are very, very technical. I'm not sure if I'll make Suzuka as well, because they're both gonna be doing the same competition, so I'm not sure we're gonna be back home in time. So yeah, it's also the same question mark for me whether I will be driving the next round, but I will try my best to make it. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Before you go, if you could just quickly do me a favour, could you say hello to Nierka in the YouTube chat, please? A fellow Lithuanian that's been cheering you on from the race.
Thanks so much. Hello and thanks for supporting.
There we go. There we go. Love to keep the fans involved. Well, Grantas, another phenomenal night's racing. 2 first places across the Porsche Cup and the caseking.de, and yeah, another firm grip on the championship standing. Second, definitely looking on the cars. In first place, definitely still in the hunt for that. So yeah, huge congratulations for tonight, and best of luck in your competition next week, and of course in the rest of this and the PTT as well.
Thank you so much, appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully I'll be there next week, and hopefully we can meet again. See ya.
Fingers crossed. There we go then, ladies and gents. Race fans, young and old, that was Grantas Carrera and Amadeo Castorino. No Kevin Bellick, unfortunately, joining us this evening. He did finish second in race number 2. We'll just have a quick look and see, if I push the correct button, if we do have the updated standings. They have not quite been updated as yet, but that is the confirmation of the results from tonight's race up on screen. Oh, and that is from race number 1. Haha! So that is the race 1 results. And there is the race 2. So apologies, that's been the race 1 results. Oh, technology's not been my friend tonight. But yeah, confirmation. Carrera, Bellick and Castorino on the podium ahead of Van Rossum and Busick, Boucher and Delphant. 7th and 8th, Kluderman, Cavaca and Lindblom rounding out the top 10. Michael Frey down in 14th position. And I think our only DNF was Samir Foch. Difficult night's racing for Samir, not finishing tonight's race. Well, that is all that we've got time for this evening. Huge thank you again to everyone that's tuned in, and of course the sponsors of the series as well. Phenomenal prizes up for grabs for the drivers, and big thanks to the gang all at LFM for putting all these races on and getting me involved with the commentary. Absolute front row seats to the best racing out there. We will be back again. There we go. Next week, so of course make sure you stay tuned in, or get yourself tuned in. Make sure you like and subscribe on the YouTube, follow us on the Twitch, and get yourself on to the LFM Discord website and Patreon. Get yourself involved in the racing and help support the organisation. But there we go, that is all we have got time for, definitely. My name has been John Wright. Until next time, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.